A Dreammaker broadcast van as we get set for another Call of the Wild edition in the 2020 Hills Football League Division 1 season. And certainly great to be with you again as we thank Sports Interactive, Mortgage Choice, Jarrett, Nissan, Dartfish, Adelaide Star Buses, Business Plaza and Chris Shaw Accounting once again for their continued wonderful support as broadcast partners. And well, as we say, happy birthday to all the horses who are out there listening. The weatherman has turned on a magnificent winter conditions out here and the ground in wonderful shape as well. As we're looking forward to an interesting encounter between the Nairne, Bremer Rams and Onka Valley, a derby game of some sorts with just 1 point separating the two teams on the ladder, and both having secured their first wins of the season last Saturday, so just add a little bit of spice to it. So once again, it's great to have the other talking heads of the Call of the Wild on board. Firstly, it's a big good afternoon to HFL Media Manager Robbie Sherwood.
G'day Pistols, g'day Goldie. How are we all, boys? It's a fantastic day weather-wise, isn't it? And yeah, we've got an absolute cracker of a crowd in, so we're looking forward to what hopefully will be a bit better game than last week, but a bit closer, should I say. But yeah, still hopefully a good contest.
And as Robbie mentioned, alongside me, as always, a career football writer, 5MU football guru, Benny Goldfitch. G'day, Benny.
Yes, Pistols, Rob, great to be here from Nairne Oval. We've been here once already this season, and it's great to be back here near the Gumtree. And look, got to say, there's a couple of mullets down there lined up on each other in the reserves just to our left here, which is
well, our man,
all-time lineup down there. Just currently watching Nairne and Onka's going through their warm-up side-by-side on oval number 2. So, big match today, obviously.
And a couple of late changes, Gold, that we can let the listeners, viewers know about. And for Daniel Shell was out for Onkas, the big man, one of their influential big man, being replaced by the veteran Terry Sleep. And
is that the 39-year-old that Colo said they needed the 3 points for?
Well, we'll ask Colo. Speaking of Colo, he'll be along a little bit later. But you can ask him that. I'm sure you can throw in that question to him, Robbie Sherwood. And also for Nairne Bremer, a late change with Micah Rupchik, a bit of a groin issue, I believe, pulling out. And Nick Givens is coming in to replace him. So just a couple of changes. Late mail that we like to bring you up to doubt. As I said, boys, a really important game. It's effectively 5th versus 7th, and a real chance for the winner to jump into the mix for the top 5, given the some of the other results here this afternoon in this round, Robbie Sherwood. And, well, Onka's after last year's grand finalist, and as said, last week was the first time they got on the board with a win, bearing in mind they did have a draw early in the season against Mount Barker. And Nairne, well, we saw them, as Goldie said, we saw them earlier in the year, and then their second outing, they just struggled a little bit to get some consistency, but finally getting it all together last week to win, well, 12-23, I think we talked about on Hills Footy Unplugged. Perhaps a little inconsistent with their goal kicking, but gelling, bearing in mind they did have the opening round bye, so a bit of a slow start for them. And also, Goldie, well, we've got you here. How can people get involved in the Hills Footy League Call of the Wild today?
Well, it's a great question, Pistols. We're on the Hills Football League Facebook page. Dallas has just put up the We Are Live red button, which means we're live, obviously. So you go to that, click on the link, and you go to the live footage. So that's on the Hills Football League Facebook page, and also the hillsfooty.com. Just go straight to that and click on the icon, and away you go. And some big names umpiring today, Pistols. Mick Taylor and Dennis Raymond. It's a couple of big... I think Dennis did the Div 2 grand final last year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that's
did a
right,
great job. Mick Taylor, of course, umpires coach. Boundary umpires Brodie Clark, Steve George Dent, and Riley Carpenter. And the goal umpires are Neville Clark and Raymond Mollier.
And, of course, Rob, when you talk about big names in the umpiring fraternity out there and doing the current reserves game, the great man, Jace Willie.
Yeah, the transport essential worker. So, yeah, good to see
Essential
Jace.
worker.
He works hard during the week, and then he obviously comes out here and look at him. He's just standing around. So, no, he's a good man, Jace. So
Certainly is. Certainly is. So, as we said, boys, well, this is like You like to say, Goldie, a 4-point game here this afternoon.
Well, in the
between
context of
both these
this
sides.
season, we're about, well, have we reached the halfway mark? Or we've moved past the halfway mark?
Yeah, I think
Round 5 now.
Round 5 and
So
9.
We only played 9, so
yeah,
Littlehampton
we're spot
College,
Yep.
On
Mass
time.
might tell you it's over the halfway
Yeah,
mark
yeah,
there,
yeah,
Goldie.
over the halfway mark.
Scott Creek Primary.
Scott
and,
Creek College.
Trinity Gardens Primary.
Got them all covered. Got them all covered. But hey, listen, boys, I just want to, as we in the reserves, it's Onka's 11-7 leading Nairne Bremer 3-5. And if I'm right, Robbie Shield, a 50-point margin in favour of the
73 minus 20.
doggies.
50.
Pretty well said here because it gives you the points on the scoreboard, Rob. So 73 plays 23. Yeah, listen, boys, I just want to bring up a bit of a subject. You might have been interested to see in the Courier the other week, the story about the new sports hub out there at Mount Barker taking shape. I'm just wondering towards next year, when it's finally completed,
Yep.
how a game's going to be rostered there. I know Mount Barker Football Club had a bit of involvement in it through Malcolm, but what would you see being utilised for the match of the day? Is it just, I'll throw this open for a discussion.
I don't know. I reckon. I don't know. Basically, I think.
That's it.
Well, that's right.
That's
People
it.
tune in. Yeah, very knowledgeable.
I think.
Come on, manager, make us.
I think every club's got the opportunity to have their say. I think that's how it works. So, but to be honest, I couldn't see the HFL agreeing to go there if it's going to cost them money. So why should they? I mean, if I'm a member club and I put my clubland hat on, why should I pay more for other clubs to play there? If you get my gist. So, if it means our affiliation fees are going to cost more to be part of the HFL because they're being forced to play out of that facility and their headquarters. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. But if I was a club, I wouldn't be happy with it. I know that.
Well, for years there's been discussions in the final siren and also in the press about the state of Hills grounds, and sometimes come the finals. Been a bit lucky this year.
Finals pistols.
I was
going to
say,
is a different thing.
But
for
how would that work then?
Well, I
host
don't know.
Saturday, Sunday finals there?
I mean, if you're going to have a club base there, surely you have two there because you have a game there every week there.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, I don't...
But come finals, say the grand finals held there.
Yep.
So then the league get the gate. How do you dilly up the income that's made for a grand final? Each club gets a share of, a percentage of the takings on the day.
Each club gets to
of course,
run
at the
the
moment,
game
if you
thing,
host it, you get the benefit of that. I know Maccleshill's done pretty well out of it in recent times. At Loberthal, obviously.
Well, probably a Chunga will get the grand final this year, you'd think.
Well, possibly, but they had it last year. Do they like that? Do they? I don't know.
I don't know. It depends who's on the board. I don't know. Yeah. I know it's a contentious issue. I know that. So.
Well, I don't know if it's contentious. It's just interesting to think that in 12
would
months we maybe have a really good facility to be used.
Yeah, and no one's using it.
Exactly. I know Mount Barker, obviously, I know they've done a lot of cosmetic work at their ground, bearing in mind down the track. I was just about to say, but obviously that grant they got 400,000 or something, they built the women's change rooms. You think they'd be a bit lapse to have that like a white elephant?
Yeah, or just
sitting there.
They use a training ground, I suppose. I don't know.
Pretty expensive complex to have at a training ground, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I don't know. What do you think, Goldie?
Well, how long's it been in the pipelines?
Well, that's the other thing as well, isn't it? So.
Well, I know we've been talking about it for ages, but actually you can physically see it now, and it's coming on the way. And I said it was in the Courier, a picture of the grandstand construction going on. So it's actually something
might get some AFL matches pre-season.
Well, you'd like to see that. Well,
that sort of thing.
What's wrong with the Sturt Football Club?
Yeah.
Second
home.
Seeing half the Harndorf Football Club play at Sturt, so they might as well have a home game. Hey?
There's no snob factor up in Mount Barker, mate, so I couldn't see Sturt moving.
Well, that.
Hey?
Thoughts of Rob Shear were not necessary those of the Call of the Wild, but it wouldn't be great. I know in the past we've had Sturt come up and play a few pre-season, the old Escort Cup, Foundation Cup, or whatever it was, played a few games up here, and well, as you said, it's their catchment zone.
Well, I know,
why not play here?
I know originally they were talking about River Murray utilising it as well, RMFL.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
What's
to
that
make
in the
it a
Super
hub.
League, Rob?
Super League? Yeah, could be. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll only find out when it's all when it all comes out. How's that for a comment? Well,
In the words of one of the past great presidents, the great Mirror Man, we'll look into it.
Yeah, so, no, it's an interesting topic, one of many. So.
And speaking of venues, I must say, fantastic at FNN, bearing in mind second home game in a row for them, having a win last week. And good crowd in the house. Another thing, Rob, we've heard about, unfortunately, the shutdowns of what's happening in Victoria. But I tell you what, Hills people are voting and South Australians are doing a very good thing. We just hope it doesn't escalate as it has in Victoria and now in New South Wales. But the people out here and also social distancing, looking across from the Gumtree wing at Nairne Oval, looking across towards the club rooms and the grassy knoll there, the Sean Tate Bar. It's a great sight, and people getting out and it's particularly a day like today, just love getting out amongst
enjoying the footy and keeping their 1.5 metres between themselves. So it's just community footy's great, isn't it? So country Victoria and that. Talking to my mum during the week in Horsham. Okay, she's an elderly lady, but there's no sport of any sort over there at all. So that really must be hurting those communities.
But she can't pop down to the senior sets club for a game of carpet bowls,
or
Rob, or something like that?
Croquet,
or quoits or something like that?
No social. Well, she was telling me they can't even go next door for a cup of tea with their neighbour.
The neighbour that you lived there for 100 years.
Yeah, so, and Mum's 87, so, it's a sad state of affairs. So, and she said 2 weeks ago, and she lives in Horsham, there was no case. And now there was 10 during the week. Yeah. So,
well, it was interesting also during the week, something about Country Victoria, because Kyle Cheney joined us from Harndorf, of course, a Warracknabill boy, or Warracknabill, however you want to say it, Victorians. But, saying the same thing. Relatives back there can't get across to see them and everything. It's, as I said, Victorians, they just love their sport, as most communities do, Country Victoria. And being unable to, Goldie, it'd be a pretty boring Saturday afternoon, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no football whatsoever. Of course, we got the AFL interstate.
Particularly when you have to watch the Crows this afternoon.
Pat,
where are they playing?
Tassie?
Metricon, Queensland. So, there you go.
Apparently they can tune in through hillsfooty.com.
Of
Dartfish
course.
And watch better Hills football action. Yes,
don't worry about the Crows and Kangaroos. Watch
the Premier League in action.
Nairne United and Onka Valley.
Absolutely.
And interestingly enough, Pistols and Rob, Chris Massey, who's director here at Nairne.
Yep.
He's here today in the coach's box. I think he's been here since the juniors, so he kind of oversees just looking over the things at the coaches. So, of course, he played for Onkas previously.
He did. Perhaps they're playing for the Massey Cup here this afternoon.
Yep.
And speaking of good things that are happening here at Nairne, we should end of the B grade and a convincing win there too. They took the score down pretty quick.
Yeah,
no doubt in Nairne, I think it was 3-11. So Onka's running out with a pretty good win there, the Valley Bulldogs. As we get set now, the man who really makes the show down on the boundaries is just making his way across, and he'll be like a cat in a fish shop, Robbie Shearwood, after being assistant coach of a winning B grade.
He's just taken off his Onka Valley T-shirt and put on the Hills Footy Media
he's a man of many seasons. Who's ever running on top. So without further ado, we'll cross down to the man in the centre of the ground, the great Shane Collins.
G'day guys, it's great to hear you in the there today, a beautiful Nairne Oval. It's a lovely day out here. The calm down a little bit early in the day here, going to the Nairne market end of the ground, however you want to say it. But it's certainly died down a little bit, and it's an absolute cracking day for me today. So, the Nairne Footy Club embarking on their Division 1 life, if you wish, and some big changes in the off season. It's the first time we'll get to see them here today against the Bulldogs. So really looking forward to that. Onka's obviously off last year. Great effort to make the grand final, dealing with a few injuries in the squad, and I'm sure you guys have touched on that already, and even today with obviously the late change there in their squad. So that'll test them again, and it'll be interesting to see how they come back from that. A few wins for them obviously this week as well. Tim Webber back, and Riley Sinnott. Yeah, Ben Jeffrey's still out. He's still in quarantine, sitting home and probably watching us and listening to us now on the HFL Media. So shout out there to Joffa and hope he's doing well. But yeah, cracking game here today, guys. The wind, as I said, has died down. It still would be going to that Callington end, but probably only a 1 to 2 goal breeze now, where it was certainly earlier it was a 4 to 5 goal breeze. So really looking forward to today's game, boys. I'll come up and see you, and hopefully you got a bag of lollies for me there, Pistols.
Absolutely, Shane. Thank you very much, and thought he was going to get involved with the doggies.
He wanted to.
Pre-match, certainly. And pre-match, well, a couple we haven't had a spoke to yet this afternoon. Of course, the men with all the stats. It's Jaden J. Hill and the 500-man Indy Rogers. Good afternoon, boys.
G'day Pistols, great to be here today for Nairne and Onka. Should be hopefully a cracker of a game. Keen to see Nairne again and keen to see Onkas play for the first time we've seen them this year. G'day Indy, how you going, mate?
I'm going very well, thank you very much, Jaden, and I'm looking forward to seeing Nairne bounce back from the effort that we saw a couple of weeks ago at this same venue against Lofty, where they didn't have much pressure around the ball, so we'll see if they can improve that this game.
And here's the thanks, Indy. Here's the stats that matter. So head-to-head, last year Onkas and Nairne played twice, obviously. So Onkas won both of those games. The last time Nairne has won back-to-back home games was last year in rounds 10 to 12. So that's 714 days. So that was against Blackwood and Lobie, and we'll hear for the Blackwood game as well. Last time Nairne has won a home game in August was round 18, 2018 against Burwood. So that was a good win, 27 to 19 as well. And also, Onkas have won 4 out of the last 5 minor round games, so away games. So hopefully they can get another win and add a tally to their away game wins. And Onkas haven't won an away game and a game in round 5 since 2016. So hopefully they can change that one as well.
Onkas.
And also the averages against each other. So Nairne averaged 6.5 goals and a score of 45, and Onkas averaged 13.5 goals and a score of 92. So there's a roundup of the stats that matter there, Pistols, and hopefully it should be a close one today.
Good on you, Jaden. Thank you very much. And Shane's back here after trekking across the ground. Hey, Shane, I was just trying to think.
That's scary.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the old clunker's going up here between the ears. Have Nairne Bremer ever beaten Onka Valley in Division 1 football? I'm thinking maybe back in '87 when they had a successful. Mark Pake was the coach, but Onkas perhaps were a bit down. They certainly didn't when they come back from River Murray, and of course this is only their second year back. By your memory, which I know is very good when it comes to these things, except winning horse tips, can you recall?
No, funny enough, we were over at the Junior Oval this morning, watched some junior games, and I was standing with Simon Masters, and we were talking about how much we used to love playing here, but it was always a challenge to beat Nairne, and we couldn't think of a time that we lost to them. We do remember playing them here one day, and was that mid to late 90s, and we were sort of top 3. They were bottom and not winning a game, and I think we won on the last kick of the day by about 3 points. They were always super competitive.
I know they had a really bad stint when they lost something like 43 or something in a row.
Yeah,
they went down
did.
to Div 2, but But anyway, just if anyone's going to be watching the might know, Goldie, they could...
Hills Football League Facebook
let us know.
page.
Perhaps they were here.
And just letting you know, Damien Green's won the toss for Onkaparinga Valley and kicking towards...
the Callington end.
The Callington end.
Bucunga end.
I'm really excited actually to be here today, boys, and see Nairne.
We're excited to have you here, Joe.
Yeah, it's good to be back. But
organised the weather and everything for you.
Exactly. We saw a bit of Nairne obviously last year, and we're looking for that improvement this year. And everyone sort of thought throwing Darcy into the mix meant it was going to make a massive difference. But I'm really looking forward to the improvement of some of their young kids. And, Lachlan Cross is the one that I'm really looking forward to seeing today. Nick Yench, I hope he can go to the next level. He's a quality player. And the big fella, Isaac Binder, played a bit of good footy last year, but he needs to mature and really go on with it. So he's another one that I'm really looking forward to seeing today from the Nairne Rams.
Because he might get things a little bit easier because the withdrawal of Daniel Shell is obviously the form ruckman in the competition. But the veteran Terry Sleep back into the side here, big sounder. So.
Yeah, interesting. They haven't gone with their genuine ruckman starting in there. Jamison Kelly's going to take the first bounce, so might be a ploy there.
Strong breeze here.
So, Sleep against Kelly, round 5, Hills League action. Trust you enjoy it. Ball comes down there. Nick Yetch with a quick handball out to Waterman. Gets a quick kick away for the Rams into attack. Over the head there of Hurrigan. That's a Lockie variety. Ball comes out to him from a good handball. going up forward, but a good diving mark taken there by Zach George Dent for the Bulldogs.
So George Dent, very talented player, isn't he, Colo, in this Bulldogs defence?
Yeah, important to come back. He's been out for the last few weeks after injuring his elbow.
George Dent kicks it towards the broadcasting wing. Ball hits the deck. Lockie Peter around the action. Keen to see him today. Of course, played at Kersbrook last year. Back at the Dogs this season. Sweeping handball. Here's a play off the half-back line for Mitch Coccioloni. Kicks it out towards the interchange wing for the Dogs. Lovely conditions here. And umpire Dennis Raymond, who umpired last year's Div 2 Grand Final with also Mick Taylor today. We've gone, how many minutes now, Pistol?
Just a minute. Colo.
Good ruck tap there by Terry Sleek.
Kick inside 50 for the Dogs. Great pickup by Sinnott. Into the forward pocket was Vines. Inside attacking 50 here for the Dogs. Jake Adcock. Clever kick. Umpire said didn't go to 10 metres. And it's held up, though. Inside, deep inside 50 for the Dogs here.
I was just going to say, boys, last week Jake Adcock's probably best game in A-grade footy. Played centre-half full day, and I know Coach Tanner was very, very happy with him. So he needs to go on with that today.
He's doing the ruck work there, trying to work the ball out. I think it's Waterman for the Rams. Looks like Jens also over his body, typically over the ball, and in the end, the umpire, Dennis Rain, will come in and ball up. So we're about 30 yards out from the Bracunga-Callington end, favoured by Onkas. With the breeze, comes out here to Jens. Toe pokes it forward to a bit of clear, intercepted there by Chipiana. He goes to ground. And umpire Rain once again will come in and recommence play inside the forward 50 arc. Just coming up to 2 minutes gone. Call with the Wild. Trust you enjoy it worldwide. Let us know what you're watching, who's going to win, etc. Tamed by Waterman. He's been busy already. Chips to overcooks it. Comes out here to Hurrigan, as in Lachlan. Takes the ball out of the bench on. But in the meantime, free kick to Mitchy Stitchy Hine, Goldie.
Yeah, we had his dad, of course, on previous broadcast here at Nairne Oval. Nugget. So Mitch Hine plays cricket in the summer for the Nairne Razorbacks and punched out of bounds Darcy Hurrigan around the action. Obviously, Colo, he's going to be important today. As you said, he's kicked quite a few goals against the Dogs over previous years.
Yeah, he's got a great history of demolishing the Bulldogs, but obviously in a very different opposition than he's playing with at the moment.
So they've got the ball down, taken by Waterman. He's in all sorts of trouble. Shot off one tackle and then ran into another one, and finally holding the ball was paid. And Lockie Peter, the reigning Division 2 medalist last year at Kersbrook, drives it forward over the top. Benny Powell be the first to get there, but it beats all comers over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in half forward, flank forward pocket area. As I said, Onka's working towards the Callington-Bracunga end, favoured by a pretty useful breeze. It's the flags over there in the Sean Tate Bar area flapping pretty well. Jamison tried to fist it forward, taken by Adcock, got it out here to a teammate up top of the square. Bouncing ball, it's a chance for the Catfish. He scoops on it, gets onto the right and squirrels it back. So just over 3 minutes gone. First goal on the board through the eights to Andy Vines for the Valley Bulldogs.
Yeah, great goal by Vines. It was good work off the tap there, and Tom Mayo very clean off the back of the stoppage, got the ball to the top of the square. So some interesting players for Onkas today that really do. Lockie Peters had a slow start to the year, so it's good to see him get some touches early. And Riley Sinnott, who's playing at full forward, been injured a bit, and just, it's good that the Onkas will need him up and running as well.
Good to see Nathan Cox also back in a key defender. He's had a bit of a troubled start to the season. So umpire Taylor back in the centre will be Kelly once again against the veteran and Sweet. Steve Papai, Kelly got the ball, comes out into the slug in green. Ball come out here, finally out here to Peter. Sells a bit of candy, sets it up high.
One-on-one contest. Sinnott's dangerous position. Here's a chance for the Catfish. Got it out. Weber, clever handball, snap round the corner for the Dogs. And the opportunist there was Johnny Greenslade, who's, of course, on board this season. Premiership player at Sturt. So, first minor score there for the Dogs. They go to 1-1. Nairne yet to trouble to score as Revington, the captain, brings it in for Nairne Bremer United. Finds Ben Power, dropped one he should have easily taken, but manages to nicely get away anyway. Kicks it out towards centre wing, taken by Mitchy Stitchy Hine. Kicks it in the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick. Here's the new recruit.
Clifford. Well played by Darcy Clifford. Gets the ball out there and gets it out to Jens. He tries to shrug off a challenge from Cariska. In the end, Carissa gets a free kick. Quick play on across here. Waterman versus Green. Favourable bounce there is taken by Nairne. Work the ball forward. Come here's Darcy Hurrigan for his first touch. Tries to shrug off Chipiana. In the meantime, the umpire is right on the spot and said, no, you infringed there, Darcy. Yep. A bit of high tackle action. So the free kick will be going back here to Chip Chipiana. Sam Chipiana.
Right half back, Chipiana with the ball. He's looking into the defensive 50, decides to go up the line past Nairne's interchange bench. The Catfish, who kicked the opening goal of the match for Onkas, just hits the deck there. So it's near Nairne United's interchange bench. The Rams yet to get on the board there, 0. Onka Paringa Valley, 1 goal, 1. And we've gone 6 minutes in the opening quarter here. Of course, Nick Jeevens, number 10, so we'll make sure we've got him. Perfect conditions here from Nairne, and both sides eager to chalk up another win for the season. Pistols as the Dogs look to move the ball forward, but here's Kurt Waterman.
Yeah, he's had a few touches already. Gold as he sets up half forward. Area Cavalry arrives, comes to ground level, turned by Lees. He's set upon trying to get a handball out. Nairne player with the ball tucked in under him, and umpire Taylor will come in and ball up.
Good start here by the Rams. They wouldn't want the scoreboard to get flowing early, and they've done a really good job in holding the Bulldogs up.
So Sleep got the ball down and follows up his own work at ground level, and with Green holds the ball in there. So once again, umpire Taylor will come in and recommence play just on the wing area, just outside the centre square. Kelly fists the ball out wide, then flicked the ball along. That was Rupchik. Direction,
nice.
Well played out there by Baden Willis.
Sorry.
Sets it up to the top of the square.
Oh,
Big Gas
Das.
comes out, and strong mark taken
Lovely
against
centering
two
kick.
Onka's opponents there. And actually, you could see Mitch Coccione there, Colo, just to thump the ground in a bit of disgust, but just too strong on that occasion, the past Centurion goal kicker.
Yeah, exactly. It was great hands by Das. Beautiful centering ball there by Baden Willis. And, yeah, Nathan Cox is going to have his hands full today. He has been soundly beaten by Das a few times in the past, but obviously those were the Harndorf days. So Coxie's memories would be not very fond.
So Darcy Hurrigan, I think, bagged 5 last week. He's kicked 10 for the season.
Starting to get into some form
yes,
now.
sitting 5th on the goal kicking list, bar they've had the first bye, remember. So Big Darcy.
Oh,
It's actually shaked this one to the right a little bit, so through for a minor score. Nairne's first of the afternoon, they're 1 behind. Onkas are 1-1. 7.5 minutes gone here. Goldie called a while. Trust you're enjoying it on thehillsfooty.com.
so the Dogs bring the ball back into the middle of the ground. Tall timbers around the action. Free fly for the Rams. Dogs at ground level through Zach George Stant. Kicks it into space nicely. Here's a chance for the Catfish. He could go for goal here if he collects it. He'll run in and kick a minor score there. So Dogs end-to-end football ends in a minor score there. And they go to 1 goal, 2. Nairne United 1 point.
This local knowledge, I'd suggest Goldie, because the breeze towards the Bracunga Callington, then just pushing across to the left-hand side, I'd suggest. So that's where that ball finished up. So it'll be Jack Revington as the ball's retrieved. As we say, magnificent conditions for middle winter out here at Ram Park, or QBE Logistics Oval. So Revington.
You'd take this in August the 1st, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you
Hills
would.
Footy?
So Remington out towards half-back flank area. Lumbering out there is Hoop. Got his hands to it. Ball comes to ground, and I think it was Crossera in opposition.
Another young
there.
player who's had a cracking couple of weeks has been Jacob Carissa for the Onkas A-grade. So finally earmarking his A-grade career.
So it looks like big Matt Binder on the ball wearing a different number. They chop and change their numbers out here at Nairne. Shoot the handball out here. Finally comes out here. Ball
Lockie
driven
cross.
up for a cross up the centre of the ground, but intercepting, taking a mark there is Noah Bell. Tell us a bit about Noah, Colo.
Under 18s captain from last year, young
Okay.
lad who's come through the grades at Onkas.
Yep. So big Binder trying to force his way through there. Good strong work as he locks him up. And umpire Rain will come in. And so still, 45 metres out from Onka's goal. So they're pushing here in the first quarter. Already got 1 on the board. 1-1 in fact, 1-2. And Nairne replying with a behind through Das Hurrigan. Once again, a ball up will result.
Inside 50 here for the Dogs. Early goal to them through the Catfish, Andy Vines. But here's Nick Yench, got the handball away
Great
from
kick.
Binder. Lovely kick. Just putting up the paw there was Mitchy Stitchy. Good pressure, though, from the Dogs. Holding the ball up on centre wing.
Kuiper, good work there.
Zach Kuiper, very talented player. Played a great final series, if I remember, last year for the Dogs, which helped them into the grand final. Flick over the top. Green gets it to Lockie Peter. Kick inside for the Dogs. Lovely kick just over the top of Sinot. Got the hands up. Revington, the captain for Nairne United, kicks it out towards centre wing. The big man in Sheets betting. Here's the goal hero from last week. in Joe Bilby, but it's been intercepted by the Rams at centre-half back, Pistols.
Jeez, I hope he kicked better than last week, Colo, because he put that straight down the throat of his opponent. In the meantime, the ball's with
last week he got one right.
Darcy Clifford. He goes on towards
Lovely
half forward.
kick, lovely
kick here. Did a little poke around the corner.
Oh, nice footy.
Has
too good.
found
Well
a big Darce in the Bronnyhoff decking pocket in front of the scoreboard, which currently reads Onka's 1-2, Nairne 1 behind. So big Darce tucked into the. We saw Chris Adams kick a couple of
Chris
goals
Adams,
from there.
one of the goals of the year.
So the current full forward, big Darce, with the opportunity to bring up his first. And
favourable side here, Pistols.
Yes.
Working in at goal.
So big Darce. Deliberate approach here by the big man.
Well, he had a sider early from directly in front.
So Darce
Uses the
on
angle a
left
bit
foot,
here.
And he
just
has it
faded
come
that.
back. Wait on the umpire, Raymond
Straight through the
Mollier.
middle, obviously.
He says yes. So so finally Darcy Hourigan at the 11 minutes just ticked over Goldie. First on the board for Nairne. They're 1-1. Onka's 1-2.
Might crack down to Jaden and India. We've gone 12 minutes, so good time to get some early stats, lads.
Cheers, Goldie. Yeah, so 17 kicks there for Onkas and 8 handballs and 5 marks. So you can see they're getting inside 50. They've also had 7 inside 50s as well. So they are moving it better, and like they've kicked it to space. Andy Vines running on. Unfortunately, couldn't get the goal there. Nairne?
Indy?
So similar stats for Nairne, 20 kicks, 11 handballs, but notably only 3 inside 50s. They've been playing from the halfback and trying to get it down the corridor from there, and it did get that goal, so they might be able to pull it off for this game.
So in the middle, Cornish was around the action for the Dogs. 1-on-1, Ruckman go at it near the cricket pitch ender. Bilby tries to flick it on to teammate there in Cornish. We're just talking about him. Good early pressure here for the Rams. They are 1 goal 1. Onka Paringa Valley 1 goal 2. So slightly favouring the Rams area here, but it's on the edge of the centre square, and the Dogs kick it towards the half-forward line. Adcock's the target, 1-on-2, out towards the boundary line. Good work by Adcock. Good pressure from Powell as well for the Rams, out towards the boundary line. Flicked on here. Here's Powell for the Rams. Used to play for Torrens Valley. Dangerous. Greenslade, nice handball to Bilby. Flick over. Powell, both sides applying plenty of pressure early. It's inside 50 here for the Dogs. Collected by Lockie Cross for the Rams. Squirts a kick out. Almost a take there. And umpire Raymond comes in and will ball it up with Sean Hardy was the target there for the Rams. And it's about 75 metres out from from the Dogs' goal. Out towards the boundary line. Here's Tim Webber. Of course, Norwood Premiership player.
Like
His second year at the Dogs Pistols, and he'll kick the ball inside 50 for them.
Like he's going for a rugby try there as he puts the ball up forward. Sinot was the target, but chopped off there by Clifford. Sells a bit of candy. Caught up, but finally shrugs himself free. Goes long out towards the wing area. Leading the race is Arnie. Gets a cruel bounce. Got assistance from Hourigan. As Lachlan chopped it up, but Lee's coming in. Just supplied a little bit of defensive pressure there, and the ball out over the boundary line.
Tim Webber comes valuable as a doctor just late in the last quarter of the B grade. Went over and put a dislocated thumb back in halfway through his warm-up. So
Well, good work. Did he bring some tablets for you in case it gets a bit cold out here later on?
settle
Shane?
down, mate.
Boy out in the front. Peter gets the ball. He's got support from Johnny Greenslade. Quick kick away up towards Yench over his head, lumbering out his big Adcock. Couldn't sit to him. He's closely guarded by Benny Powell, who forces the ball over the boundary line. So 13, nearly played 14 minutes here at Qube Logistics Oval. A mouthful there. Nairne 1-1, Onka Valley 1-2 on the call with the Wild.
Both sides chalking up their first win for the season last round and looking to push further into the top 5, especially the Dogs and the Rams just outside the top 5 at the moment. So it's a free kick for the Dogs just outside the 50.
Is that Qube?
Matty Dean.
Matty Dean, kick inside 50, chopped out there by Waterman, who certainly can play off the half-back, usually sets up a lot of play. Sweeping handball out to Revington. Has a bit of a run away from Bilby. Kicks it to a 1-on-2 situation. Big Sheets betting around the action, lumbering around it, pushes off Chipiana, gets onto the left boot, kick inside or towards the half-forward line. Number of Dogs around the contest, and that's a good tackle there by Hourigan of the Lockie variety Pistols, and he'll kick the ball inside 50, probably looking for his brother or Mitchy Stitchy.
So they're just bottling up the run of Darce. At the moment he's calling it to go long, which he does, sets it up. So Darce coming in, he's got 2 to beat. Up he goes, got his hands to it. Picked up by Hine.
Oh.
Tries one over his shoulder, bouncy ball. Arnie's in there. Also in opposition to Cornish, and finally it looks like it's Lockie Peter deep in defence. Uses a teammate there as support. Finally, the ball ends up here. Matty Dean nurses one along the boundary line, but he's picked out Waterman, who's bought his own foot in this first quarter, similar to Carl Choney last week for Hardorf in defence.
Absolutely. Pistols, by all accounts, I didn't see last week, but the game against Uradler had a dominant first quarter, setting up first 4 goals for the Rams in that one. Lockie Cross, a low pass. Clifford.
Sorry, guys, it shows you the conditions. A Lockie Cross with the sunscreen on the nose.
Yeah, August.
Half a Dunga style at the cricket.
So Darcy Clifford will kick the ball inside 50 for the Rams. Into the forward pocket. Here's Darce. Almost a one-hander. He's got 3 Onka's players around him, and they all wrap him up in a tight tackle there in the pocket.
Perhaps took that one a little bit too easy there, Colo.
Yeah, he could have got the other mitt up, couldn't he? Taking it with 2 hands, but really good start here by the Rams. They're using the ball well. Their pressure's excellent, and they're looking dangerous every time they go inside that forward 50.
Handball comes out from sleep at ground level. I think quick kick away towards the half-back line. That's all Nairne there. Oh, should have been a mark to Clifford. He fumbled it. This allowed Cochilione to get his hands to it and force the ball over the line. So Nairne perhaps missing an opportunity there to take the ball back in. In fact, it was Tommy Mayo. My apologies there. So Ruckja will take place. And interesting, in August, the players shielding their eyes from the sun. Very interesting. So it's Jamison Kelly against Sleep. Sleep with strength.
Oh, big Terry.
The ball then gets bang with the foot, but only as far as Clifford.
He started well.
Who has started well. As you said, Waterman and Clifford, very prominent in defence for the Rams at the moment. So Gumtree wing in front of the Dreammaker broadcast boy, puts it up high.
Oh, big betting.
Taken by big betting, the former lock boy.
Oh, he's got Mitchy Stitchy on.
Where's on to the left? He puts it into Mitchy, and that's
laid.
a great kick to Mitchy Hine, who the safe hands, the true centre forward position. He sets it up now towards Das. He's got a couple to beat. Ball comes to go. There's a chance for Arnie. He runs into a brick wall. Ball spills out. Chance for the Dogs to get out of here. Was that a high tackle? No. Finally around the corner from David Lees, but picks out another Ram and Rupchik.
Great period here for the Rams. Just need to get a goal on the scoreboard to make the most of the forward entries. So kick inside 50 by Rupchik. Over the top, his chance for...
Waterman. Kelly.
Flicker to handball. Here's Waterman eventually. Usually talented with his skills. Gets it to Yench. One step on that left. Into the forward pocket. Darce at the back of the bus with betting. Dogs desperate. Oh, could be a high tackle, and it is, and it's going the Rams' way, I reckon.
Yeah, young Baden Willis, I think, Goldie.
So the Rams have started well here, Colo.
They certainly have, and their set up behind the ball is excellent. Every time Onka's try to clear the footy, they've got a wall of players there, and their inside 50 entries look dangerous at the moment, so full credit to them. They might just be a bit Darce conscious at the moment. They've gone to him probably 3 of the last 4 times deep, where they might be able to lower the eyes and find another player back in the middle of the ground. But really important shot on goal here for Willis.
So only the one for the season so far. Gets close to the man and mark. So close he gets into the man and the mark. Peter got it back to Cipriana. And I tell you what, that's another blunder error there as he's kicked the ball out at the full right in front of the Dreammaker on the Gumtree wing. So
Jaden and Indy, just inside 50 stats, lads.
So the inside 50s for Onkas is 9.
Only 6 for Nairne.
Okay, I thought it'd be more than that because Nairne has certainly, last 5 minutes have certainly had the majority of entries off hands from Sleep. Greensave was in there also. Clever little tap out here was taken away for the Dogs through Cochilione. Finally gets to a teammate there. Long kick up the ground. Ball comes to ground. There's Cross once again with the sunscreen. Taps to forward. There's a chance for Bilby to get involved. Can he control it? He's under pressure. He finally does get control. Gets a kick under pressure from Cross up the wing. Good work there in the last line of the defence.
Oh, nice.
Tapped on there. Onka's Sinot, couple to beat.
Dangerous.
It is dangerous. He's got one onto 3. They get a goal out. This would be a miracle. Ball fed out here. Finally fed out by Cross. Oh, under pressure as a teammate. Got it back here. Scrambly passage of football. This and deep in defence. Finally working his way out there was Waterman. Comes back to Revington. The skipper goes backwards to go forward. Finds Yet. She'll go long with the left foot. Long and low. And finds Benny Powell halfback.
Yep, the Rams defence. Here we go. Kicks it out towards the wing. Over the top of Mitchy Stitchy Hines' head. And it's gone out of bounds with Sean Arney seeing the ball out of bounds there. So claps from the Rams runner there. Just around from Nairne's interchange bench. Daniel Lackenby up the top. Boundary throw in centre wing on the interchange side of the ground. We've gone 20 minutes opening quarter action. And it's 1-2 Onka Paringa Valley. But here's a chance for the Rams through Waterman. Kick towards the half-forward line. Chopped out there by the Dogs, and the Rams are 1-1, but they should have more scores on the board than that, as here taves Bilby.
Bilby across the ground, straight across, finds here the run of Cochilione. He goes long up here. Oh, good use of the potty there by Sinot. Good little underground handball. First to get there will be Clifford, the former Langhorne Creek boy. Flicks the ball back. Here's a chance for Chipiana. Gets it across here to Mayo. He'll do something special. Goes to ground on this occasion. Handballs to the top of the square. Sinot.
Great pressure by the Rams.
Then through Sarah Katnich. Relieves the pressure out towards the half-back flank area and out over the boundary line on the netball court side of the ground. So entertaining first quarter here, Colo, 20 and a half minutes gone. 1-1 plays 1-2.
Yeah, great call, mate. And a lot of hard work being done by the Onka's forwards here for no result. Riley Sinot's throwing his body around at everything, but can't get any clean ball at the moment.
So,
you go.
Ball throw in. Kelly. One down there for Onkas by Will Cowling, second gamer. Another young dog coming through the system, Colo.
Yeah, out of the 18s from last year. Played centre forward in the 18s, so yeah.
Because the son of a gun netballer in the past, Sarah Cowling, as the ball bounces out here. Bilby's out there. Also in close proximity to him. And boy, then ball over the boundary line. So we'll have another boundary throw in, as I said, netball.
That really important under-18s comp that we should be pumping up, boys. Remember that?
Most definitely.
So Jake Adcock having a spell in the ruck. He'll be up against Jamison Kelly. Perhaps the man that some of his teammates would surely sign a clearance for Colo, as we found out in time on. Bouncing pull. Peter dispossessed, comes to Jeevens, gets it out here to Willis.
Very good. Here we go.
Hands there to Waterman. He's their best on ground in the first term.
He'll get it back here.
Here.
He could go all the way.
Runs all the way. He pushes. He's got a kick. Comes to Big Das. Volleys it well. Looking for support. He'll try and get in that left. Straightens up.
Great
vision. On his own. And Hine, yes, chopping there as he's...
Great work by Waterman.
Yeah. Great work, and also young Willis getting involved. So plenty to like about this young Ram side at the moment, Colo.
Yeah, that was good work, wasn't it? It's too easy coming out of that back line. Waterman is absolutely slaying the Onka's half-forward line at the moment. His run and dash off half-back is outstanding. His ball use is good as well. And well done by Das there. He could have blazed away, but lowered the eyes and found a teammate.
So Mitchy Stitchy Hine started well, presenting up and down the ground. Needs to kick
into the wind.
This one, well, he's kicking into the breeze. It's gone through for a minor score. So it locks up the scores here, 1-2 apiece. And we've gone 23 minutes in the opening quarter here from round 5, Hills Football League Division 1A grade action. Nairne United, the hosting Rams, up against Onkaparinga Valley. Big match for both sides. Oh, chop out, Nick Yench. Taking it directly from the kick out. Read that one. And he'll go back from outside 50 and use that powerful left boot.
And Big Dash just letting Zach George know there, Colo, as you probably should.
Yeah, absolutely, and so he should. That's what good forwards do.
So Nicky Yench, 2 for the season so far for the Rams. So a chance here to be some 45 out on that raking left foot. He's given it a good chance.
Das will fly.
He got his hands to it. And rushed through for a minor score, but it's good enough to give Nairne the lead. Goldie, they're 1-3 plays. Onka's 1-2, 23 minutes ticked over here on the quarter wall.
Hillsfooty.com is where you can watch it, or on the Hills Football League Facebook page. Get involved on the stream as well for any comments. So kick out from the Dogs out of their defensive 50. Over the top, Ben Powell, he got a fair leap there. High-rise sort of stuff. Out towards Bilby for the Dogs, sweeping handball. Kick forward by Mayo.
1 on 5.
1 on 5. Almost chopped out there by Hooper. Oh, he does it. Oh, what's the umpire
he's giving
here?
away a
Free kick for the
free.
Dogs. So a late chance here for the Dogs to kick their second goal. Riley Sinot on the right half forward flank. 24 minutes gone. 1 goal, 2 apiece. Pistols, the Dogs will move forward.
So Sinot chips it forward, sliding there. Attempted mark at ground level was Lockie Peter, but couldn't scoop it up. So the umpire coming and ball up. So get involved. Tell us where you're watching it from. Who you think's going to win there on the hillsfooty.com. And a big cheerio to Big Blue Simons watching down there in Tasmania. So trust you're enjoying a dose of Hills football. As bouncing ball taken by Clifford in deep in defence. Chips it up the wing here, looking for Jeevens.
Out of bounds on the full.
The academy boy signalling out over the line. So it looks like it's going to be Jacob Clarissa with the free kick. So Clarissa caresses this one back in.
Oh, shielding his eyes.
Yeah, got his hands to it. Was Sinot. Well held out, going down like 9 pins. Sinot in there once again. Also Greenslade.
Just the difference between the two teams, isn't it? Nairne going inside 50 looks super dangerous. Onkas, unfortunately, just haven't got that forward line target at the moment.
So, end of, well, it'd be an understatement to say a exciting opening term there, Goldie. Onkas started off pretty well. Got the first goal in the first 3 minutes through Andy Vines. Then Nairne gradually working the game, got a goal through Darcy Hurrigan at the 11-minute mark, and then a couple of minor scores. So it's 1-3-9 playing 1-2-8 here on the Call of the Wild. As teams just gather, and I think both coaches would be probably pretty happy with it, particularly Daniel Lackenby, I think Goldie, because obviously they were going against the breeze there, and they did manage to hold up, as you said, across half-back. Waterman outstanding, and not far behind him was Darcy Clifford.
Their forward line looks good. The Rams with big Mitch Ditchy-Hine presenting well across the forward line. Of course, you got Das as well. Might go down to Jaden and Indy, lads, because the people on the YouTube feed are asking for you to provide the goodness here.
Yeah, we're just bit players here. They love the stats, boys. So down to Jaden J and the 500 man.
Cheers, Pistols and Goldie. So that was a good quarter of footy there. 38 kicks there to Onkas and 17 handballs. Like Collie said, they just couldn't be fluent inside 50 late in that quarter. They had 12 inside 50s. At start, they were quite dangerous, but unfortunately they couldn't get the goals at the end. They had 12 marks and 10 ruck hit-outs as well. Indy, Nairne?
Well, Nairne definitely deserved to be in front, but probably by a little more, 17 marks to 12, and a lot of those contested as well, also with inside the 50s. So they're definitely doing a good job at taking those marks in packs, courtesy of their big, tall players, but also their inside 50 count. It's only 9 compared to Onka's 13, but you've got to note that they've been able to lock it in their forward 50 arc really well, so that's why they haven't been getting repeat entries, because it's been locked in the arc. So they've actually done a good job on the ground, and they started to win a couple more hit-outs late, I noticed. So yeah, 46 kicks and 31 handballs compared to 38 and 17 respectively for Onkas. They're definitely the better team right now. If they just converted a bit more on the scoreboard, they'd definitely be up a bit more.
And Jaden and Indy, just the breeze down there, lads. Jaden, before we go to you.
Oh, yeah, it's quite light. Doesn't seem to be particularly severe, nowhere near as bad as that Lobethal-Blackwood game a couple of weeks ago. But, yeah, definitely might have a bit of impact on set shots. Realistically, though, I definitely think it's good football conditions right now, so that shouldn't have too much impact on the players.
And also for quarter stats for the year, so Onkas averaged a score of 16 in the first quarter this year so far, and they couldn't quite get that, only got 8, and then averaged 14.6, so they both couldn't get 2 goals in that quarter like they usually have this year, boys. So back to you.
Thank you very much to the knowledgeable boys down there on the boundaries with the stats. So quarter time, as we said, 1 point ball game in favour of Nairne Bremer United. 1-3 plays Onkas 1-2. Goal kickers, Andy Vines for Onkas. First goal of the game at the 3-minute mark. So a lightning start there, Benny. And then Darcy Hurrigan got his name on the scoreboard for the Rams at the 11-minute mark. And then a couple of missed minor scores. So I said 1-3 to 1-2 in an entertaining
That's
game.
a tight Nairne huddle, isn't it, Pistols? All all round each other there.
And we'll go down to Shane Collins, who's been sussing out what's going on at the quarter-time huddles. Down to you, Colo.
Yeah, thanks, Pistols. It's still beautiful conditions out here in the middle of the ground. Interesting at the huddles, Tim Webber called the Onkas boys in straight away and really took note. We called it up there about Riley Sinnott's work in the forward half. He asked that the guys coming off half-back and through the midfield lowered their eyes, and we spot up a few kicks instead of kicking it 1-on-5 for Sinnott, who's absolutely busting his baller down in that forward 50 with a bit of dirty football. Interesting, at the Nairne camp, they had their midfield stuff was quite intent. Daniel Lackenby was talking to them about their midfield work and said they're getting beaten in the ruck, but they need to set up better to be in a more dominant position to win the contested ball, where unfortunately at the moment they've been touched up a little bit with centre clearances. So there was a bit of work done about there, but he was very, very happy with the effort, but asked them not to rest on their laurels going into the second quarter and just think the breeze is going to do it. They've got to play smart with the ball, which I feel Onkas didn't do in that first quarter. So anyway, boys, we're about to get going again. Breeze is still there. It'd be a 2 to 3 goal breeze, but really perfect conditions for football, especially in August in the hills.
Thank you very much, Shane Collins. Doesn't he love that, Goldie? Because I tell you what, if it's normally August, Colo would be nowhere to be found, that's for sure, I'd suggest. And Call of the Wild have said Hills Footy Media, and we once again thank our very important broadcast supporters: Sports Interactive, Mortgage Choice, Dartfish, Adelaide Star Buses, Business Plaza, Jarrett Nissan, and Chris Shaw Accounting. And as I said, 2 to 3, Shane, down to the breeze? Because you've been
Yeah,
down
it
the
is.
ground
It's certainly not as bad as it was earlier today, but it still is blowing. If you look at the flags there next to the club rooms, they're quite strong. So you should give you some advantage going into that forward half of the ground. But it's all about how you use the ball, and I just think Onkas didn't use it well enough in the first quarter, so I'll be interested to see what the Rams do here.
Umpire Mick Taylor throws the ball up to start us in the second quarter. So Rams kicking towards the left of screen in this second term, and that's where they'll be heading out towards the wing, taken by Darcy Clifford, who gets the ball on the interchange wing. Absolutely. Premiership player at Langhorne Creek. Handy to have in the Rams lineup this season. Kick towards the half-forward line. I think big betting was around the action for the Rams, but it's cleared out of defence by the Dogs. Oh, good use of strength there by Adcock. Goes back to Johnny Greenslade. Switches play out towards the wings, taken by Mayo. So Tom Mayo just in front of Nan's interchange bench. Short pass finds Lockie Peter.
So Peter gives it back to Mayo, and the 1-2 goes towards the half-forward true position. Oh, good defensive work there, brought the ball to ground. Meanwhile, taken away there by Nick Yench. Hurried kick out here towards the wing area. Well gathered there by Willis, the youngster. Got the ball back there to a teammate who nurses it up the wing. Comes back out here. Oh, good tackle applied there on Noah Bell, close to the boundary line. Hine gets the ball and carted across by George Dent, right in front of the steps here. And Shane Collins.
Yeah, great contest out here by the Willis and Bell. Excellent by the two young fellas.
Boundary throw-in just in front of us here on the broadcasting wing, or the Gumtree wing. Umpire Raymond around the ball, crossing his arms.
Can see already, boys, at the stoppages. Lackenby's made some changes there, and their Nan players are a lot more inside their opponents.
So Nick Yench tackling his Dogs' direct opponent. In Big Terry Sleep, he'll get up and do the ruck contest here.
So Sounder gets it down. Tip forward there by Ruchik. Elijah Ruchik found the run of Yench.
Oh,
silver service, and he put it to, I think
brilliant.
That's big betting, is it?
I think it's big betting.
Yeah, it is. Great work off the stoppage. So well done to the Rams. They've, as I said in the break, they talked about this. They went over the whiteboard. Lackers was really good with his drawings and showing direction, and they've won the stoppages hands down the start of this second quarter.
So big Tommy Betting, former lock footballer, only kicked a 2 so far this season. Chance here, if he nails his third, it'd be very good. I tell you what, it's a beautiful kick on the left.
Oh,
whoa! I tell you what, I like to see that one on the Dartfish replays. Might have been over the top of the post, but anyway, minor score results. But Nairne increased their lead 1-4 to 1-2 early in the second term as David Lees will bring the ball back in.
they do have very short goalposts here, Pistols. They're very low. The goalposts here. Normally goalposts are higher than that.
Well, Mike Fife has to paint them, and you know Mike doesn't get off the ground
Can't
too
reach
much,
that
so
high.
That's right, so he keeps them pretty short. That's the theory, perhaps, as David Lees has retrieved the ball.
Just wiping
Just
it.
wipe, I don't know. This is a Bridgewater Oval, so hopefully don't know what's happened there with the ball. Hasn't landed in somewhere it shouldn't. As the ball kicked out here, Noah Bell in the hump, taken there by Willis. He's dispossessed. Good work by Green. Coughed up there by Onkas. Working hard to hold in. Matty Dean in there over the
Good
top.
pressure by the Rams.
Left half forward line for the Rams. Dangerous position. Big Das moving out of the contest here. Big Mitch Hine in the ruck. Under pressure was Cocciolone. Flicks it out the big. Here's Mitch Stein. Oh, lovely handball. Waterman snaps for goal. And they're up and about, the Rams. They are up and about. Started the second quarter very nicely. 4 minutes gone, and they go 2 goals 4. Onka Paringa Valley, 1 goal 2. Colo.
Yeah, great call, Goldie, but really cardinal sin by the Bulldogs. Waterman has absolutely killed him in the first quarter, and you can't be 30 metres off a stoppage all on your own and be the colour of a player he is. And great work by Hine, excellent handball out, and he's always going to finish that with a goal. So really excited by the way the Rams are playing here at the moment, playing good, hard, contested footy, and they're punishing when they go forward.
So back in the middle, umpire Taylor throws the ball up. The Rams on a bit of a roll here, plenty of confidence. Flick out, trying to get it to Chipiana for the Dogs. Hunting in packs the Rams, pushing them backwards, the Dogs. Taken by Johnny Greenslade. He'll go back towards centre half back, taken by Lees. Under pressure still. Taken though, patient build up here. Taken by Dean, kicks it out towards centre wing. Could be another turnover. Here go the Rams once again, they're on fire. Kick inside 50, Betting, tight on the boundary line. Good pressure from the Dogs. It's gone out towards the boundary line, and it's gone further afield slightly, about 5 metres further there, and Noah Bell was the Dogs' direct opponent there on big betting, and looks like Jamison Keono betting will do the ruck here, looks like, against Sleep. So inside 50 here for the Rams. They've started the second quarter nicely. Greenslade immediately set upon in the tackle.
Excellent pressure by the Rams. They're forcing Onkas into some big errors.
So deep inside 50, dangerous position. Can the Dogs clear the ball? They're desperately trying, but the Rams are hunting. Nick Yench around the action, pulling towards the half-back flank. Dogs work the ball out towards centre wing. Pack forms. Ball hits the deck. Lockie Cross with the zinc cream on. Over the back. Here's a chance for the Dogs. Vines gets to the Weber, and Weber goes to Greenslade. Oh, what's the umpire called here? Free kick for the Dogs.
Yeah, fend off there. I think a high elbow or whatever. So it's come back here to Timmy Weber. Very important to the Dogs. Puts it up high. Oh, they clear the pack and just falls in the hands of Jacob Clarissa. So Clarissa, true wing area here. Nairne Oval. Waits to see what's on. It goes short. Finds a teammate there, and Tommy Mayo gets a quick high kick towards the top of the square back there. Oh,
gee, that was a falling pack.
But finally, a pressure relieved there by Powell. I think it is. Gets a wide kick out here. Finds Lockie Hurrigan in front of the interchange gates. Shane Collins.
Beautifully done by Nairne. Their setup behind the football is fantastic, and Onkas are just bombing 1 onto 5 and consistently using the ball really poor inside their 50.
So Lockie Hurrigan kicks up to the other Hurrigan in the other long sleeve Guernsey, but ball is spoilt. And out
Riley Sinnott, I don't think he would have had 2 touches today. He'd be the sorest full forward you've seen in history in a quarter and a half. He's competing against 4 blokes every time.
Absolutely. So, Sleep against Big Butters Binder. Sleep, meanwhile, the whistle's gone off the ball. Academy boy, come in a bit, so pitch it back in. So, looking resplendent with the green and the orange boots there, Goldie.
Yes,
so, sorry, this time Binder gets it down. Bouncing ball first to be Lockie Peter on the left foot, gets a high kick towards half forward, setting himself as Mayo. Ball comes to him now, bouncing past, taken here by Green. He's
good pressure.
Pushed as he...
Oh, no, he's called in the back.
Called in the back. Sorry, it might be Weber, look-alike, sorry.
Distance still might be a problem here for Weber.
Timmy Weber. So he'd be just inside the 50
He's
arc.
looking for options. Goes
to short, but meantime, umpire Raymond says no. Stands like a traffic policeman directing and says, come back and take a kick, son. So once again, Weber will get the opportunity to move close to the goal. As we said, kicking towards the Nairne town end. And we've had 7 minutes tick over, second term quarter old. Nairne 2-4, leading Onka Valley 1-2 as Weber goes for a short pass up here to Mayo.
Oh,
was it off hands?
What's he called?
Ooh, and now he calls play on.
He just wanted to bring a bit of attention to himself.
And the snap is, Mickey Turner. It's a Cocciolione having the snap out of that, but all the players did stop, but it was quite obvious it was touch.
They all stopped and looked at him, and he had his arms up in the air.
In the main contest, so Jack Revington will bring the ball back for the Rams. The skipper nurses up the line, finds Waterman, ball's deflected. This chance sold a bit of candy. It was green, so then gets a high kick, but Revington back in there cleverly taps it back here to Hoopo, his teammate, nurses up the wing and finds another teammate there. This might be, could be Pegler, I think.
Yep, kicks it towards centre wing. Mitch Hine, 1 on 3, meeting a sandwich. Ball comes to Lees, went with the second option, finds Big Terry Sleep, kick inside 50 for the Dogs. And it's taken by Lockie Peter. I thought the target there was Matt Dean, but Peter takes the mark on the right half forward line. Certainly a goal kicker. Male medalist for Kersbrook last year in Country Division. Back at the Dogs. Important kick here. Sets sail for goal. Goes right over the top of the players, and it's gone through for a goal. Very important goal there for the Dogs, closing within a point now, Colo.
Yeah, fantastic kick for goal. It's hard work for the Onkas forward line. I'll be interested to see from the boys in a minute what the inside 50s are, because Onkas are getting enough of the ball there. But Nairne's set up, as I've said before, behind the ball's been excellent. But a great kick for goal there into the teeth of the breeze from about 55.
Around the grounds here on Hills Footy Media, a Chunga 3-1 leading Lofty 2 straight goals at quarter time, and up at Kersbrook, Colo. Of course, Nathan Pearce, 400th game, but at the moment, Kangarilla 6-3, leading the Brookers 1-2, so maybe a bit of a breeze up there, but good start to the game for the Kangas. Meanwhile, ball taken out to centre by Weber for the Dogs, puts it up here, diving attempt at mark there was Mayo, flicks the ball over here to Adcock. Of course, a proven goal kicker on the run. What can he do here? I tell you what, he can do very well.
There we
he
go.
does very, very well, in fact. So Jake Adcock kicking his 6th goal for the season, the 3rd of the game for the Onkas, and that moves them ahead. They are 3-3, Nairne 2-4. Shane Collins.
Yeah, just a couple of minutes of good footy from Onkas here to put a couple on the board. Just going back to your comment there, I saw Nathan Pearce this morning, had a good chat to him at the girls' netball this morning. He was rightly pumped about his 400th game today, so well done to him at the Mighty Brookers.
As we said, just 399 more than you put together for the Double Blues.
399 and a half.
All right, back in the centre, as we said, game on here, 3-3-21, Onkas, Nairne 2-4-16. Trust you're enjoying this. A ring-a-ding-ding at the moment. Dispossessed there was Waterman. Quick kick away by Nairne with smothered cricket pitch area. We might see if he gets involved again, but no, Webber gets a free kick.
Webber, bit of momentum here for the Dogs. Gets it to Adcock. Nice pick up from the big man. Kicked the last goal of the match. Arches the back from Powell. Kick inside 50 for the Dogs. Taken there by Revington. Good game of football. Both sides playing for plenty here. A winner piece. Of course, the Dogs have also had to draw against Mount Barker. Kicks towards centre wing. Mitch Hine will fly. Good mark. Can move it on quickly here. Waits a little bit. Looking for targets further ahead. Darcy Hurrigan's the target. 1 on 3. Good work there by Kuiper for the Dogs. In the defence, it goes to Lees. Under pressure! And that's holding the ball.
Yep, young Arnie.
So Arnie will look inside 50. Who's down there? Darcy's going back now to the full forward line. He's the target here. He'll fly and he'll take the mark.
Catch.
That was great work there by, I think it was Lees trying to get away, but Arnie said, I'll be back, and wrapped him up and won the free kick. And now we've got the opportunity for big Darcy Hurrigan.
Some of your best work there, mate. That was fantastic by Arnie, though. Great speed.
Hey, just a quick peruse of the field here, Goldie. Colo. Damien Green doesn't appear to be out there. Just might want to make a check yourself in case I've misplaced him. But
was on a midfield rotation, but I will take a look and see if I
anyway,
can find
the
out.
action's with Darcy Hurrigan at the moment towards the Bukunga end. Sets it up. I tell you what, right behind it. Goldie can't get a better kick than that.
Lovely kick.
So
great setup from the Rams. Good pressure leading to the goal. And they go to, well, just waiting for the goal there on the scoreboard to signal the score.
He's in the midfield rotations, mate, just in the booth, sitting behind the coach at the moment.
Excellent. Excellent.
So there we go. Back up on the screen now. 3 goals for Nambour United. Onka Baringa Valley, 3 goals 3. Midway through the second quarter here, umpire Taylor certainly been in the action in this second term. He'll throw the ball up
just
here.
How he likes it.
He does, gives us a wide. He knows we're talking about him as he sets the ball up. Sleep.
Great
Binder. Ball comes down there. Clearing kick away. Oh, good work there. Finally ends up with Cross. The Sunburn man sets it forward. Here's Darce again, but chipping in and chopping out is George Dent on this occasion for the Dogs.
So it's George Dent on that trusty left boot. Kicks it out to the defensive 50. Lockie Hurrigan. Nice work. Held up, though, by the Dogs.
It was Jeevens.
Oh, sorry,
Number 10,
Jeevens.
yep.
Few players there around the action. So umpire will throw the ball in with the hat.
Just a quick query there, Colo. Why wouldn't you have your best players on the field? Talking about rotations.
That's why I don't coach anymore.
Boundary throw in. Vines did that very nicely. Kicked the first goal of the match. Kicks it, goats it out to kick into the middle of the ground.
Ooh.
Bilby's the target, but it's chopped out there by Yench.
Stood his ground
for
well.
the Rams, and he'll stroll near the cricket pitch. No dramas there with the cricket pitch. Hurrigan's the target. Good spoil, though, by George Dent, or Kuiper, is it? Here's a chance for the Dogs through Cornish. Under pressure, Nan's forward line, providing plenty of pressure. That's Lockie Hurrigan.
That's Bastian, 32.
And it's clearing kick out of defence by George Dent, but it's gone straight to a Rams player.
Bang, he goes long as Jamison Kelly. High ball, but indirected, so an opportunity for George Dent to gather. He runs into a high one there, and he'll win a free kick, running into the agency of Big Sheets betting there. So deep in the back pocket, George Dent surveys what's on the scene. Sets his gut short, trying to find Webber. And the setting was Willis took it, coming through his Waterman. He's near close to best on ground. If he gathers it, handballs out. Big betting. Big betting trying to sell some candy. Moved like sticking plaster as he's wrapped up. Close to the goal line, taken by Lees out of the goal square. For the Dogs, gets it there. Mitchy Stitchy sticks up the jukes against Chippy. Spins out. Well done, Chip. Well done, Chip. Sets it up here. Here's a chance for Hooper. Oh, big fly there from Powell. Ball comes to ground. In there is Peter, gives it to the Chip. Chip gives it back to Peter. Peter gets it to Johnny Greenstone. Chip's there. Here's a chance for the Catfish. Will it sit for him? No. He's under pressure there. Finally gets help from a teammate driving it forward, and Matty Dean. Oh, good defensive work by Reverend, brings the ball. First to get there will be Sinot, but chipping in there is Cross in front of the Sean Tate terraced area. Once again with Peter, bustled forward there. Good follow-up. In the meantime, umpire Taylor said the Nairne defender was infringed.
It's probably there. It was interesting. Adcock, 30 out dead in front, was dragged to the ground when nowhere near the footy.
So Jamison Kelly, long high kick, darts at the back of the bus, doesn't get that far. He's got it now, shrugs off Webber, goes wide and high on the left, down towards Sheets batting territory, and having the height advantage, but smarter at ground level was Lees, takes the mark and released the pressure. Oh, he's chopped off here as he looked for the Jag Cornish. Intercept there by Waterman, gets it back to Benning. Can he hold this one?
Right,
yes, he does. He grabs it, runs onto his left, sets side.
Oh, lovely.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
And the man from Locks locked that one home.
Good footy.
Waterman is absolutely braining him here today. I've been a long time since I've seen a player dominate a game of footy like he is. He's doing a great job through the midfield. Once again, great pressure by the Nairne forwards. DJ Lees, poor kick out of the back half. Jag Cornish stood and wait for the ball, and Nairne too good. Forced the turnover and put the score on the board, and Cornish straight to the bench, and your man Damien Green back into the ball game.
So Nairne United, after Onka's back-to-back goals, have just settled here. Goals in this quarter for them, Waterman, Hourigan, and just then Bedding. And for the Dogs, Peter and Adcock. The Rams looking to move the ball forward again, but umpire Taylor's called a free kick here to Webber. Just managed to get a handball away to Big Terry Sleep. Bit slow there. Off goes the Rams once again. Kick inside 50. Hourigan's the target. 1-on-2. And he just a great use of the body there. Pushed out his direct opponent. He'll go back here for the Rams. Another goal, Pistols.
I think that was Pegler there, the other Langhorne Creek recruit, Goldie, 16.
Looking for 3 on the trot here, the Rams, after the Dogs kick back-to-back goals. So Hourigan going back. And Nairne United just start to kick into gear once again here.
So 12 for the season from the big Das. As we said, multiple goal kicker for Centurion for the Harndorf Football Club in his first season over here with the Rams, and already providing a focal point. So chance to get his third for the day as he goes towards the Brakunga end. Be some 40 metres out on the left.
Steers it through.
Nonchalant approach, but he read the wind very nice, as you'd expect. They all get around him because the Rams, a little bit of a mini charge here, boys. They've kicked the last 3 goals of the game.
Jaden and Indy will just go down, lads, as we head towards the 18-minute mark of the second term for some stats.
Cheers, Goldie. So 33 kicks for Onkas and 10 inside 50s. You can see Nairne is so much more fluent when it comes to inside 50s. What's the inside 50 count for Nairne, Indy?
The exact same as Onka's, 10 inside 50s.
So you can see just Nairne using it a lot better inside 50s. Onkas have also had 10 marks as well. More stats for Nairne, mate.
So we got 31 kicks and 8 handballs for Nairne. They haven't been winning the ball as strongly as they were in the first, but they're still using it so well, and their ability to take contested marks, particularly down the corridor and in the forward 50, is outstanding.
And also, stay tuned, boys. Nairne has actually smashed a second quarter record, so stay tuned for that one.
So here's the ball, middle of the ground, taken by Yanch. He's been all right in the match so far, but the umpire, Taylor, says that's a throw. Kick by Green, so he's definitely on the ground, chopped out by Clifford. And coming through with Sinot. Flick cleverly over the top by Lockie Peter. Tried to get it to Webber. Good pressure by Ben Powell. Bilby, hot cherry. Kick for goal by Mayo. Oh, good work there from the Dogs, and they counter-attack and get a goal back on the board. So goal for goal here in the second term. Nairne United 5 goals, 4. Onka Paringa Valley 4 goals, 3. Colo.
Yeah, it's hard work for the Bulldogs, though. We're not seeing much forward entry stuff that's clean, but they're getting the work done on the ground. Sinot, you wouldn't have many possessions, but boy, oh boy, he's busting his boiler across half forward, winning a lot of contested footy. Webber was good then, Lockie Peter was good then, and Tom Mayo, the ever-sharp shooter. So game's starting to open up a bit here, but it's a real competitive game, and it's exciting to watch.
So, big sound asleep for Onkas against Jamison Kelly. Back in the centre of umpire Raymond. Pitches the ball up. Big leap by Kelly. Got it down the throat of Rupchik. He goes back and follows it up at ground level. Ball spills out. Chips in there as well. Finally, the ball held in there because Elijah Rupchik flying the family flag today after Micah was a late withdrawal. And I believe last week, boys, no Rupchik's in the side for the first time in about 5 or 6 years. Here's Kelly, did the ruck work, tried to knock it forward, getting involved with Shipiana, goes to ground. Here's the Catfish, scoots up, but he's under big pressure you'd expect from Rupchik, taking the ground in a strong tackle. And umpire Raymond said no opportunity, so he'll come in and ball up right in front of the Dreammaker here at Nairne Oval. Trust you're enjoying all the game on hillsfooty.com.
Aerial ping pong. Players flicking it around. Sleep got the handball away. Rams around the action. So are the Dogs through Lees. Sock it out towards the boundary line. Pegler. Here's a chance for big Sheets betting. Handball's back towards Yench. Gets onto that left boot. Hourigan. Oh, he's impeded there by the umpire. But the umpire says. And it'll be a free kick for the Rams.
The old man Nathan Cox there, Colo, just before the ball arrived, just slinging darts out of the contest, which unfortunately you can't do, so he'll pay the penalty.
You just got to be careful with your body contact with him because he's very smart, and if you do make contact with him early, he does know how to get those free kicks, and full credit to him. You don't become as talented he does in the forward half without getting those. So you've got to play that a bit smarter by Nathan Cox, but well done again to the Rams. Great pressure through that half forward line, and another shot on goal. You can put this one down, boys. He doesn't miss. So
his chance for third for the quarter, Colo. And it'll be the fifth one for the Rams if successful. So big darts once again from about 40 to 45 out.
He's steering him through very nicely at the moment.
Just reads the wind. It fades away a little bit. But
that's through middle.
This one's okay. Probably similar to the shot earlier in the day, Colo, that was called up behind. But umpire's in a better position than us. So
he just loves playing Onkas. I'll tell you, he's doing a really good job down there. And you know the forward entry by Nairne is far cleaner than what Onkas are doing, and as a forward, he's just getting himself in the right spot.
So, entertaining game of footy, boys. 5 goals in the second turn to Nairne and 3 to Onkas, but it's the Rams leading 6-4 to 4-3. 13-point lead, Goldie.
So back in the middle, Adcock looks like he's going against Binder. We'll say that's even. Green got the handball. Kicks inside 50 for the Dogs. Peter will fly. Over the top for the Rams was Hooper. And umpire Taylor will make his way now down towards the half-forward line for the Dogs on the right half-forward area. 6 goals, 4 Nambour United. The Dogs, 4 goals, 3. Nairne have kicked 4 goals in this, 5 goals in this quarter, and the Dogs have kicked 3. Here's a chance for the Dogs. Mayo, high ball. It's gone very, very high. Lockie Peter will be the target, tight on the boundary line. The Catfish, Vines, centering kick. Dangerous position, Sinot. Oh!
Wow! I tell you what, that's a heavy collision there.
Young Will Cowling for Onkas. I'm sorry I didn't get the Nairne player.
Wow.
Umpire Taylor on the spot.
50 metres as well.
50 metres. Just have to look at that one, Goldie, in the monitor here as it comes up.
Young Cowling, in only his second game. The ironic thing of it is he's a trainer in the morning for the junior footy club at Onkas, and his family well entrenched in the club. You hope he's okay.
Yeah.
That was a sickening-looking accident.
Yeah. I think he might be calling for the headache tablets at the moment. Hopefully he's all right. Meanwhile, it'll be Bilby who'll take the kick. They're not even bothering to stand them up. Well, actually, they've stopped play for the moment, so hopefully the boys are all right. He's actually raising his head off the deck, which is a good sign.
Just in by-play in the back play here. Das is having a good little chin wag to a few of the Onkas boys. Good little banter going on in the back half there.
So, a bit of a hold and play, which is the right thing to do by the umpires as the boy gets some medical attention.
Well, last week we saw Hopgood pistol, similar sort of incident.
Apparently afterwards he was all right. Talking to a few of the Lobby boys, he was okay in the second half, even though he didn't come back on the field. He was actually sitting up in the rooms and talking. So
he's standing here, boys.
That's
good
to
thing,
see.
walking off.
So Will Cowling, as we said, only his second game of footy, as you said, Colo. So yeah, tough introduction. Glenn Archer style on Lenny Hayes back in the day. But yeah, we don't like to see that. So. And all this, Nairne will, Onkas will get a free kick.
Yeah, they will. And look, to be fair, I don't think, it was that was an accident. It was a football accident. There was no malice in that. It was definitely too high, but it was an accidental collision, that one. But it's good to see the young fella up on his feet and walking off. And so I think Onkas will get this much needed goal.
I think it'll be the hero of last week's Bilby who'll take this shot at goal. certainly hero last week. They certainly need this goal this week as well.
11 goals we'll have for this quarter so far. It's been a ripping quarter. 25-minute mark.
So Bilby point blank range from the downfield free kick. Steers it through. So 22, 23 minutes gone. And as Goldie said, just closes the gap back a little bit. 5-3 to 6-4. So 7-point ball game here for the Nairne Rams at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see Colo who reacts after that little break in play.
Yeah, absolutely. Terry Sleep come back on the ground, pushed Adcock back forward with Cowling, who was playing at centre half forward, going off the ground.
So Big Butters Binder will be up against the veteran Terry Sleep for the Dogs. They'll all draw that. One ball comes down. Charging in hard there was Shipiano, who's taken high by Waterman. So he'll take a kick virtually next to the centre circle in the middle of Nairne Oval. A sun-baked Nairne Oval at the moment. He goes out wide towards the flank. He's got a couple out here to pick out, and he's picked out lead in the last goal kicker in Bilby.
Looking inside 50, late in the second term, or the opening half. Can the Dogs get one? Here's a chance for the Catfish. He kicked the opening goal of the match, and he's kicked one just before half-time, and I don't think Coach Lackenby for the Rams would be happy with that, as the Rams just holding on here as we head towards half-time, 6-4, but the Dogs, back-to-back goals, 6-3.
Yeah, it's been interesting,
That's
hasn't it? Onka's have had 2 goals twice, I think, in 2-minute spells, but outside of that, they've certainly not been the better team on the day. So, yeah, as you said, Goldie, and it was good in the call, Lackers would not be happy with that. In saying that, Onka's goals are hard work. They're crumbing goals. They're doing a lot of hard work. There's no open play, and Ford's taking marks on leads. So, you know, I still think Nairne's game style at the moment is certainly the dominant one.
I tell you, that's probably the best goal I've kicked this afternoon so far through the agency of Vines. Ball comes down, Greenslade at ground level. He's well shadowed there by Nick Yench. And umpire Rain will come in and recommence play. So sets the ball up. Binder wins it out. Comes back into the Rupchik. Sells a bit of Candice. He tries to get the ball free. In the meantime, he's pinged for too long with the ball. So Timmy Webber with the ball for Dogs. Goes short across here. Finds the last goal kicker in Vines. Vines sets it up high towards the top of the square, looking for the tall timber back there in Adcock.
Oh.
And he bodied Pow out nicely there and just stood and took a very good mark. So Onka's just fighting back here. Shane Collins
this
in the
red
shadows of
period
half
for
forward.
Nairne's been awful, hadn't it, this time on period? And
As I said, since that stoppage.
yeah, well, yeah, you said, didn't you, at that stoppage, who's going to come out of this better? And Onka certainly have. I don't think Nairne have touched the footy. Some good pressure in the midfield by Webber there. But Nairne need to fix these few minutes up, because they would have gone into half-time with a good little lead otherwise.
Third
Although he's
goal.
choked on that
He's
one.
missed
I
that.
had it written down too, Colo. So
Would have been a third goal in red time, but it's not. So scores are even as we head towards the 28-minute mark. Fantastic first half of Hills. Oh, sorry, 1 point is it? Hills Football League Division 1 Round 5 action. The Dogs versus the Rams. Here's a chance for the Dogs. Repeat forward entries. Bilby. Oh, great chop out there by Kifford. Coming through with the Catfish. He's been instrumental. And he's kicked another one. That's
no. Just smoothed a lot of ground there, umpire.
They're asking for a review.
I tell you what. If he pulled that one off, that would have been better than the previous one he just kicked. But certainly a live wire, our man, the Catfish. Goldie, of course, premiership player at Kersbrook
Correct.
a few years ago. So
Got a few
Revington
tattoos.
He's having a better game today. He didn't have a fantastic game last week, and he had a tough week on the track.
So Revington, the skipper, steadies his side with the kick in high towards the interchange wing area. Pack sets itself. Jack Urigan over the top. Ball come down, bounded off Big Sleep's body. Here's another chance for Onkas. It's Webber working hard at ground level. Can he control it? No. Got assistance there from Clarissa, close to the boundary line in front of the interchange gate. And finally, umpire Raymond will come in and ball it up. So 28 minutes just ticked over, boys. Can't be long until the half-time interval.
Certainly got the feeling of a final. Both sides going hammer and tong here as we head towards half-time. Dangerous position. Out towards the boundary line.
Well, we did speak, Shane, you were coming across over. We spoke about this being important for 5th versus 7th, only a point between them and also similar percentage. So it is like a final because with the short sprint season, Colo,
Yeah, absolutely.
wins are very imperative.
Boundary throw-in. 2 ruckmen go at it. Sleep and also Binder. It's flicked out here for the Dogs. Lees did that nicely. Got it to Coccioloni. The old 1-2. Back. Oh, Arch in the back. Out towards the boundary line's gone out of bounds.
He looked like a front rower there running for the try line, Colo. David Lees.
Bit of push and shove.
Subtly built, that's for sure.
He's actually missed a bit of footy this year. last week was his first game of the year, so he's certainly needing the run.
So the Boundary Academy boy, he's a bit of a mature boy, this bloke, as he flicks it very high in the air. Sleep took the ball out of the ruck, then tries to get a little bit of a handball. Was it illegal? Yeah, Russell Ebert style. Comes out to Greenslade, got it back here to Webber on the outside of the boot, tumbles it forward. Oh, good mark taken out. I think it is...
Bilby.
Bilby, the man of the moment. I'll tell you
Easter
what.
Bunny.
The Easter Bunny.
Kicked the match winner last week against Uradler.
That was a very good mark if we watch it in the monitor.
I'm really enjoying the ruck contest here, boys. I know Dan Scholl not in the game, but Terry Sleep's doing a real good job. But we said before the game, Binders are really having a crack. I'm really enjoying the ruck contest.
So Bilby, some 45 out towards the Nairne town end. He's once again pulled it across the face. Sneaks in for a minor score, but that's good enough to tie it up. Sorry, a point
2
lead.
points, yeah. I think so anyway. They'll work it out at half time.
6-4 to 6-5. Yeah, Mike
Could be anything.
Mike
it's like
Pfeiffer.
last year's grand final. Remember that? We were asking the scoreboard didn't change for a quarter.
Well, that's right. Yeah, that's right. 6-6 plays 6-4. It says on the scoreboard at the moment. We'll get verification at half time, which is looming. Oh, good
Powell.
grab taken there by Powell. Love his aerial work. Good at ground level too. As he runs off, no one stands the mark. Puts it down towards Jack Curry. Oh, Darsh said just wrenched his opponent out of the way. And I tell you what, well, yes, compare to pair, as they say. And I tell you what, that was interesting. But anyway, so big Darcy Hurrigan, the chance to get one back on the board for the Bremer Rams. And Counter, he's kicked the last 2 goals for him. In fact, he's kicked 3 of the last 4. So he'll take this shot, as you can hear the siren in the background. So be a very important shot here for Darcy. This could seize the lead back for him. They'll trail by 2 points as we stand. As I said, the half-time siren going. So big Darcy. He'll kick from virtually on the 50-metre arc, I'd suggest here, Goldie. So
yep. He's gone
kick.
for 5 in the opening half.
So
That's the same as his number on the back of his Guernsey.
So he goes towards the Bukunga end. He'll take his best off, but we know he's very capable. The past dual Centurion goal kicker for the Magpies. Deliberate approach.
They'll get around him if he
Bang!
kicks this.
Has it got the carry? I think it's going to drop short and defended by big Sounder. And yeah, did hit the post, is it? Or the umpire.
No, he's come off players.
He's looking at his watch and saying, I'll go half time. So no score. So it remains 6-4 to 6-6 after a pretty entertaining half of football, I'd suggest, Goldie.
Absolutely. And Darcy Hurrigan kicking 3 goals in that term, along with Waterman and Bedding for the Rams, and goal kickers for Onkas in that term. Peter, Adcock, Mayo, Bilby, and Vines. So 5 goals apiece in that term. Good game of football. 6 goals, 4 to 6-6, we think it is. 2 points the margin. The Dogs lead here at half time from Nairne.
Can confirm that in their call the wild scorecard here. 5-goal 4 to Onkas to 5-goal 1. So 6-6. Shane Collins plays 6-4. So
and it's a great game of footy we're seeing at the moment, and Onkas have really only had a few minutes of good footy, but it's been enough to keep them in the game. And I think Coach Daniel Lackenby will be slightly disappointed with his boys about that, because they have been the more dominant side, but just let himself down for a couple of minutes, and Onkas were good enough to put the score on the board. But you know, the challenge for Onkas I see at the moment, and I have seen him a couple of times this year, is finding a forward line player that can actually take a mark and kick that goal that, you know, at the other end of the ground we're seeing Darcy do time and time again. And it's been Onkas' challenge for a while, and Nairne just look far more dangerous when they go inside that 50. So Onkas are going to have to work hard to limit those entries and make sure that going the other way they can consolidate some of their forward movement.
So entertaining half of football when you look at it quarter time, 1-3 to 1-2. Obviously Nairne leading by a point. And at half time at 6-6 to 6-4, so the margin is stretched out to 2 points in favour of Onkas. So, as Goldie said, Darcy Hurrigan, 4 for the quarter. Yes, 4 for the quarter, so 4 for the half, sorry. So sort of looming, and Adcock with just the one. Bilby, Vines, with a couple. So goals being shared around here. So. And during half-time, Colo, we always like to just check what's happening around the scene. So what's come to your attention this week, my good man?
It's been obviously a bit going on. It's been an interesting week. I was quite disturbed to hear some stuff that's been happening in the social media world regarding Hills football in the last few days after a result of a game last week. It seems a club that and players that should know better unfortunately went to social media and sent some private messages that were quite ordinary, and and I know it's caused a bit of a ruckus with the club involved and the player who done it. You know, I think in time we'll be outed and should be ashamed of himself because we need to be better than that as a league, and I'm sure this player would think that he would be better than that as well. Yeah, interesting things going on in the background.
Sorry, is that a common occurrence in the Hills Football League, that sort of
Oh,
stuff,
look,
for guys having a shot at each other?
Nothing wrong with banter.
This was something a little bit
Nothing wrong with
further.
banter, but you're getting personal and you start... and there was no reply from the player that was being attacked, and there was no reply at all and no engagement. And for the player in question, who had a very, very good win last week, it was the top of the table clash. It was very poor. I've seen some of the content. I'd be ashamed of it if I was a player in my football club, and what will come of it will come of it. And he's just probably very lucky that the player that was getting sent these messages is quite a professional and a friend of ours, and does a good job for his club. And he's very professional about the way he plays his footy, and he probably just will let it be. But I certainly think. As footballers and as football clubs, we need to be better than that in today's environment. And as I say, and I thank you for bringing it up, we should have banter and we should have friendships that cause that. We just seen Darcy out there having good banter with the back line of Onkas, and a bit of a push and shove and carry on. That should happen. But after midnight at night on a Saturday night, sending text messages to players from other sides with real personal abuse is not on.
Is it? We did see the situation in the press, and Goldie is the leading football scribe in the Hills. We did hear some comments of the coach towards another side, which sort of came back and backfired him. Nothing nasty towards him, just saying how they thought they were playing. And in this sort of situation, whatever the text was or the message, it can come back to bite you, as we know. You can only take it, as you said, perhaps the right track to just ignore it. Don't stoop to that level by replying, but then just use it as ammunition for next time you play.
Oh, of course, and I think that's what will happen. But comparing what a coach says, what a coach says in the media to what is done in private is a fair difference, I think. And I'm sure the Lobethal coach would stand by his comments, and things just didn't go their way, and. I'm sure he was the first to put his hand up and said they failed. But, it was just, without going into too much detail, the personal attack at that time of night and a complete lack of respect is just poor, and I didn't like it. What I seen, I know plenty of players within a few clubs have seen it and fully agree as well. It wasn't on, and I'm sure that, I would think and I would hope the player who did it would be quite embarrassed by their actions.
All right then, I tell you what, we're never embarrassed by the actions of our good men down on the boundary, the stats boys, so we might, here at half-time, just drift down to Jaden J. Hill. So I got it right this week, Goldie. Jordan's not here, he's his twin brother. Jordan's not here, but Jaden is, and Indy Rogers. So down to you boys for the, as usual, the stats that matter.
Cheers, Pistols. Thanks for that. So, 45 kicks for Onkas in that quarter, 30 handballs and 14 marks. Indy will elaborate a bit more, but pretty sure they dominated in those areas against Nairne. 19 tackles and 16 hitouts to round out Onkas' stats. A positive for Nairne in that quarter, they scored 31 points, 5-goal 1. The last two games against Onkas, they've scored a total of 4 points and 7 points. So an average of only 5.5 points in a quarter in the second quarter there. So that's a positive for Nairne. They could held their heads high there. Indy, your take on the game, mate, so far?
Well, a close game reflects the close stats we see here. 39 kicks to 45, 12 handballs to 30 is quite a one-sided stat for that quarter, and definitely an area that Nairne lost in. But really, probably the most notable loss of that quarter for Nairne, because they were playing so well from their aggression. Their 25 tackles were very notable, and they always applied pressure to the ball carrier. But it was when they lost those clearances, particularly from the centre, but also from the stoppage, that they seemed to concede too easily down the line. I know that Nairne's defenders like to get on gold side, and therefore, when they lose the clearances, sometimes if they get them nice and low, like Onkas did late in that second quarter, you could see them hitting lace out at the front for their forward targets, and that definitely served as a bit of a blow for the Rams. But they've been playing well so far, and they probably deserve to be in front by more at quarter time, which would have helped. But it's still a great game of football at the moment, and it's in a close position for a good reason.
And also just another positive for Nairne. So they averaged only 45 points against Onkas in the last 2 games, and they've already got 40. So that is a positive there as well. And last game against Adelaide, they leaked 4 goals in that quarter, and they've leaked 5 goals here, but at least they were able to score in that quarter too. So that's a positive for Nairne as well. And just recapping the halftime stats as well. So yeah, Onka's 45 kicks. Like Colo said, they couldn't quite fully get it inside 50, but they started to get repeat inside 50s and sort of get those goals happening, with Adcock taking a few marks as well. So that was an improvement for Onkas in that quarter. So hopefully we can get a close game today, unlike last week. Back to you, Pistols.
Thank you very much to Jaden and Indy down there. And of course, bring us all the stats here on Hills Footy Media, hillsfooty.com. Trust you enjoying the call of the world today from Nairne Oval. Of course, brought to us with the support of those great people at Sports Interactive, Mortgage Choice, Dartfish, Adelaide Star Buses, Business Plaza, Chris Shaw Accounting and Jarrett Nissan. And as we go around the grounds for Mortgage Choice, Chunga 8-2, Mount Lofty 7-1. So it looks like a bit of a good game down there at D Park. And Colo, they must have heard your thoughts, because Kersbrook fighting back. Kangarilla still lead at half-time 7-4. Kersbrook 6-6. So what's that?
Another
4-point ball game. So obviously they want to drink a few red cans for Nave's Qube successfully tonight. So yeah, so 7-4, 6-6. Kangaroo leading Kersbrook, and Chunga 8-2 leading Lofty 7-1. And another big result here, I think something like 18-22 to no score. A good win by the Nairne under-18s, and as the patron of the competition, Colo, any thoughts?
Oh, please. Well, today was actually quite an interesting day for the Onkas and Nairne Club. Every grade within the football club, except my under-9s last night, every grade within the football club, our 2 under-8s, our other under-9s, everyone else played Nairne today, except the wonderful under-18s competition. So our under-18s, who we've never not filled aside here at Onka Valley Footy Club, had to go all the way to Kersbrook to play Kangarilla today. So poor old Riley Sinnott as the coach had to go all the way over there. The Onka Valley Footy Club had to find another set of trainers.
He's got jet lag now. He's got to come out and play footy.
Well, it's just, I just can't. I shake my head in disbelief at where this is headed. And then we sit here today and watched 40-something scoring shots to none. For a Division 2 side. It's just, it goes on this thing, and I know I'm on my high horse about it, but I just, as the next group of senior players that are going into A-grade football, I just think it's just a really, really bad situation this league is currently in.
Listen, I wouldn't want to tell you, so just don't listen, but I was talking to someone over there pre-match this game, and they were talking about the under-18s, and they sort of said the same thing, Shane, so not that we're
they're looking into it.
That scares me that someone else thinks like me. But anyway, but no, it's just disappointing. It's not good, and you know, it's so today as well. So our under-18s played at Kangarilla today, and only played with 15 players because they normally take 2 out of the under-16.
Of course, yeah.
Couldn't do that today because they're on different ovals. So there's all these.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what the under-18 score was at Kersbrook today, because Kangarilla have obviously been going quite well. So I'd be interested to find that out as well. But yeah, it's just not right. It's not a good look, I don't think, for the league, and it needs to get sorted.
All right, around the grounds again, as we said, the Chunga 8-2, Mount Lofty 7-1, Kangarilla, speaking of Kangarilla, 7-4, leading Kersbrook 6-6, Lerberfall 4-4, leading Mount Barker 3-5, so 5-point ball game there, and I said 4 points down to the Chunga. And Robbie Sherwood, he's just passed me North Melbourne 73, leading Adelaide Cruise 27.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, there's trouble there.
How much? What was that?
73 to 27, I believe. So what's that? 46 points, I believe. I'm back well up half-time, 7 goals, I believe, as the just reading the tag off the homing pigeon that's just come in.
You're beautiful.
So both sides are back here on the ground, and Shane Collins putting that decorated coach's hat of yours on. Onka Valley 6-6, Nairne 6-4. Who wins?
Yeah, well, interesting time of the game for both clubs. I would think Nairne's important part of their game is they've got to keep their pressure up. If Nairne can keep their pressure up and keep turning the ball over, their forward line looks very, very dangerous. I've said time and time this week about Darcy's ability to really hurt the Onka Valley Footy Club. He's on track for 8 to 10 today if he continues. But Nairne must keep the pressure up. And a couple of times we saw in that second quarter that they dropped that pressure off and Onka's scored quickly. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, field placement wise, I wouldn't make too many changes if I was either coach, but I would probably seek Onka's to put a bit more pressure on Nairne when they have the ball, so Darcy doesn't get in those one-on-one situations with open play. And Nairne's ability to set up behind the play, Onka's need to either one, slow the ball down and chip the ball through that, or they need the midfielders to push down the ground and really run hard forward and be able to get into attacking positions. So, you know, a couple of little changes we'll probably see. Quarter time, Daniel Lackenby spoke about the stoppages. I thought Nairne fought back really well around the stoppages in the second quarter. They got inside their Onka's opponents and really worked hard in the defensive side of their stoppage work, and I thought that was to their benefit. So, yeah, game in the balance for me. It's 50-50 each way.
Collar, can you see improvement in this Rams side compared to last year?
I certainly can here seeing them live. Watching their scores over recent weeks, I was a little bit worried, but certainly seeing them here live today, there is some real improvement in them. Must say, in saying that, I don't think Kurt Waterman played a better game than he has today, this year. Been really impressed with him.
Obviously, I guess the pre-season at North Adelaide would have helped.
Would have helped.
Yeah.
Darcy Clifford's been a fantastic pickup, I would suggest. He's playing really well. Obviously,
and the big fella,
the big fella at full forward, Tom Beddings, looked really well. Looked really good up there. And I thought Mitch Hines played really well too across half forward. He's doing a really good job. So, you know, Elijah Ruchik's done well in the midfield, so there's some real positive signs for the Rams.
Righto, we're underway. Second half, Core of the Wild. Kelly versus Sleep. Ball flicked out here. First to get to his Mayo. Oh, good defensive work there by Rupchik. We just spoke about him. Goes to ground. And umpire Raymond will come in and recommence play. So once again, Sleep and Kelly. Kelly flicked it over the back. Then gets a handball out, taken by Green, infringed high, called umpire Raymond. So Damien Green, oh, it looks like he's hobbled away from that contest.
Well,
handballs it back to Sleep. Yeah, it looks like he's twinned something. High ball forward to Adcock, and that's a very good
that was slow motion, wasn't it?
Yeah, sliding. That's right.
Damien Green's in trouble here, boys.
Yep, he might have to go to the bench full-time.
Might be a corky, though. He might just have to keep moving. He's rubbing his... Yeah, he's trying to get the jog up.
So... Meanwhile, action with Adcock.
He was lying on the ground while the ball was just coming to him.
I'd like to see that one on the replay. Flynn Rogers.
This is his distance too, boys. He kicks these longer ones generally. Doesn't like them close to goal.
So Adcock won for the afternoon so far. Leans back on it. As Colo said, it's got the carry, but touched on the line. Spike. So opening score of the second half is a minor to Onkas.
From the flags, boys, it looks like the wind's died down a fair bit.
Yes, a couple of them are hanging down.
Oh, Revington.
Kick out here.
Oh, just managed.
Yep. Clifford, the academy boy, right on the spot to say he did grab it and try the boundary. So the Langhorne Creek recruit in Clifford, deep in the back pocket, brings it up towards the half forward wing area. Bouncing ball, avoided Scotty Leone, taken there by Zach George. Got it back
Stripped
to
of it, that's holding him up.
Very slow as he sort of just tapped the ball away. So
what's the old adage? Never handball to a ruckman standing still.
That's right, taken by Ruchik. Elijah puts it out wide out of the Mitzi Stitchy. Speaking of devil, he's bought the ground, was in French. Meanwhile, taken by Cipriano, gets it across into Greenslade, gives across the run through there of George Denner, I think, gets a quick handball back to Sleep. In turn, gets it back to Webber. Carissa's one forward, bouncing ball, eludes everyone. Hooper versus Bilby. Hooper's grabbed, pulls him to ground. Coming in there's Vines, gets it back out towards Bilby. Stacks on the mill, and finally, umpire Taylor has picked out a free kick there.
Yeah, interesting there from Coach Daniel Lackenby, all the way from the coach's box, just yelled out, outstanding, boys, outstanding, and that pressure in the back half was.
So I think this might be Hooper in the distance there, Goldie. Nurses run up the line, intercepting. Oh, it should take was the chip, coughed it up, coming through there strongly. Well played there for the Rams. They put it. Here's Das. Fly's got his hands to it. Bouncing ball. Go by the Dogs. Turning back into trouble. There was Bell. Got it to Cox, who in turn gets it to a teammate there. High kick towards the centre of the ground. Carisco well spoilt there by Jeevens. Finally stacks on the mill in the hands.
It was Mussolino out there on the wing there a minute ago.
Mussolino trying to pick him up. Thank you.
Ball on the wing area. Big Sleep. Takes it out of the ruck, kicks it towards centre half forward. Peter was the target. Adcock comes in, handball over the top to the catfish, Andy Vines. Tried to get a kick away. Interestingly enough, Lockie Cross. The Rams are on here. Waterman, Colo talked about him at half-time, had a dominant opening half. Handball over the top. Gets it, the Willis, Weld 1-2. Waterman will have a bounce. Could have a shot for goal here. He's outside 50. Goes for goal. Das one-on-one. Great football, and Das will toe poke it through. That is absolutely brilliant by Waterman.
Coast to coast for the boys. Just about.
And once again, just too easy. Nairne's forward entries are just far too clean and too entry, and Onka's pressure is not good enough. So we've seen that all day today, where when Onkas go forward, it's really hard work for them to try and score. So well done by the Rams, and once again, Waterman absolutely on fire here today.
And good work by young Willis too. Goldie was involved. He took the handball, gave it back into 1-2, and then laid a pretty good shepherd to block the par for the chasing doggy. So great work and great finish in the goal square from Big Das. That's his 5th of the afternoon, 5 out of 7. He's had a pretty good work, and as Shane Collins says, he usually finishes off as well.
15 for the year, so he kicked 5 last week.
So back in the centre, Sleep for Onkas against Kelly. Kelly the leaper. Sleep got it. Flick forward by Rubchik. Comes out into Waterman again. Missed the target with a handball. Working hard there is Weber. Hands and knees. Got it back to Greenside. His kick is smothered by Yates. Comes out to Rubchik. He spins out of trouble around the invisible man. Bouncing ball. Here's a chance for Hine to get involved. Applies a bit of pressure to the dog defender there. Holds the ball in nicely. So Rams, you can sense some Lackaby probably give them a bit of a fire, but after time they've come out and responded.
Absolutely, they have. Gone 5 minutes in the second quarter. Flicking it on here towards the half-forward line for the Rams. So they've got the ball now towards the half-forward flank. They lead 7-4. Onka Paringa Valley 6-7. 5 minutes gone. Darcy Hurrigan kicking the opening to start us in the second half. And it's gradually moving forward here for the Rams. Deep inside attack is the 2 Hurrigan boys. Lockie Hurrigan in the forward pocket, Darcy Hurrigan at full forward. So if the ball comes out here, they'll be the target, but it's held up centre forward for Nairne. Dingo Tanner barking instructions there at ground level for the Dogs, the coach of them. Of course, they made the grand final last year. Onkas kick out of the defensive 50 with a barrel. I think it was Weber. It's taken by Benny Powell. He'll switch play out here. He'll go towards the captain. Always a good move. Out towards Revington. Can he pick it up? He does. Goes to Waterman. 1-2. Back to Revington. Kick in the middle of the ground. Short pass finds Clifford. So Darcy Clifford had a great first half. Kicks it inside 50. Over the top. And a good mark there by Kuiper, I think it is.
So Kuiper chopping off a dangerous Rams attack. Goes short up the line and finds Mayo. Just inside the centre square. He handballs off the Greenslade. Turn gets across here to Weber, who's been busy. Weber buys some time, goes back across the field, back to Greenslade in the 1-2, and really doesn't advance that much. Now Greenslade penetrating kick forward, but it's all Rams there. First to get there will be Clifford. Handballs, coughs it up there. Was Mussolino, and Chipiana taking the ball over the boundary line.
Just no forward line for the Bulldogs. They chipping across half back and just not got no player clean up the ground that they can find that target.
So the rucks go. Adcock doing the ruck work against Kelly. Ball down in front of the pack. Taken away around the corner by Mussolino. Nurses up. And that's a great mark by Mitchie.
He's been brilliant.
From behind, worked his way to the front. Took a very good, strong overhead mark. Now goes long up the line. Big Dar slumbers out in front of the coach's box.
Having a look.
And unfortunately out of bounds on the 4, and a relieving free kick will be taken by Nathan Cox for the Dogs. 6.5 minutes gone, third term.
So Cox. Oh, there we go. The ball's just popped out of the box. So Cox looking for target. I wasn't meaning that, but that was all right. Cox kicks it past Nairne's interchange bench. Oh, he looks like he's picked out a Nairne player there who had to work for it, but that's a good mark.
Benny Powell.
I think so. So.
Perhaps, or it might be Jamison Kelly,
Sorry, Kelly kicks it towards centre half forward. 1-on-1, big betting. Oh, he went to the deck and Coccioloni held his feet, took a good overhead mark. So important period here for the Dogs. Kick out towards the half-back. A bun player kicks it to another bun player, and that's Andy Vines. Gets it on the right half-back. So bit stop-start here. Vines goes along the wing. Adcock's a target. Good punch there by Clifford, and it's gone out of bounds.
Actually, Shane Collins, I think, obviously first time we've seen him this year, but I think Cocciolini's had a bit of the Rob Sherwood touch up in the light and the locks.
Yeah, it's an interesting comment. Yeah, He's a bit natural that way, but yeah, he's certainly grown a bit though from last year.
Absolutely. Boy there, Greenslade feeds it out here to the Chip. Chipiana finds space. Nurses a little kick up the line and finds Bilby. The Bilby man goes wide towards the pocket. There's
Nice
a lead
kick.
out here of Sinnott.
That's lovely
Puts the
kick.
Dukes up and takes a good strong mark in front of his opponent.
I've got a
there.
comment here. Elliot Shipper, Ironbank 11-13, Bridgewater Callington 4 goals 8, midway through the third quarter.
Good
Thanks
on
for
you,
that.
Elliot. Thank you very much. In the meantime, the ball was moved forward. Sorry, where is he? Lost him in the
It's gone
crowd.
into the car park.
Yeah,
Oh, there he is.
looking at the screen. Sorry. Get back on the mind on the game. So, Sinnott, chance to kick his first for the season. Need his best kick. I tell you what, he's given it a hoof to the top of the square. In fact, touched on the line.
Oh,
was-
clear. That's a... Oh, hang on. Oh, no.
I think
thought-
the first one, yeah, was knocked back in
Double goal,
play.
Goldie.
So, yeah. So, Riley Sinnott
Balls are flying around everywhere here.
counters the opening goal of the half to Darcy Hurrigan. So, the Doggies claw back in front. 7-7 plays 7-4 here on hillsfooty.com.
Good game of
Call it wild,
football.
Shane Collins.
Yeah, and I reckon that'll be Onka's first goal of the game where they've hit a forward on a lead and had a shot, and it was wide in the boundary, so well done by Riley Sinnott. Good reward for what I think has been an excellent effort up forward today. And he's been on his Pat Malone a little bit, doing the hard work, that's for certain.
So Dennis Raymond, umpire Dennis Raymond, balls it up. Sleep. Binder got the tap down. Taken by Webber. Was he taken high? No, said umpire. Green, sorry. Green back on. Looks like he's cork thigh is not too bad for the time being. Ball flicks down. Good work there. Fed out there by Jeevens. Puts
Yes.
out towards Mussolino. Got a
Yep.
little toe poke forward. I tried to trap it. Was Willis.
Good work.
Mussolino
Mussolino, I
back
think.
in there again with a good second effort. Is called by Goldie in the background, but in the meantime the ball held in there. So just forward of the 15-metre arc for Nairne as they work towards the town end. So they trail by 3 points, 7-4 to 7-7 here in the quarter wild. Strong tackle applied there by Webber, I think it is.
So left half forward. Don't go anywhere. I reckon this match will go
Sorry.
right down to the wire in the final term.
So Sleep just slaps the ball forward. George Dent gets there, got support from Mayo. Mayo follows up. Can he control the ball? He's under pressure there from the Sun Cream man in Cross. And finally the ball out over the line. Yeah, it looks like he's down at Bondi Beach this afternoon, does he? Like he
Yep.
Cross. Just epitomises fantastic conditions down there. Everyone's out enjoying the footy. Even Shane Collins because it's a nice sunny day.
Boundary throw in, flick over the back nicely. The Catfish, Andy Vines, wheels around on that right boot, kick inside 50, 2-on-2 contest. Powell versus Adcock. Adcock almost took that mark. Good second effort, butters up,
Oh,
flick
Mayo.
over the top there.
Mayo.
Bilby gets it back to the...
Cruissa.
Oh, he's
Great
kicked the
goal.
goal.
Carissa has caressed it back in.
Lovely.
Caressed it.
I tell you, it was Tommy Mayo,
That's
I
the
think.
player I was looking for.
I think it was Mayo in that pack, Colo, with
Yeah,
those
he did.
quick hands out. Got it to Bilby, I think it was. As you watch it here.
Yeah, it's just been a drop-off there from Nairne, just with their intensity around the stoppages. I'm sure they'll find it again. They've been really good today. But just off that one there, Mayo ran forward to the ball. Jake Adcock gave a great contest, got the ball front and square, and Mayo did the rest. And Bilby on to Carissa, and young Jacobs had a couple of good weeks of A-grade footy.
So 2 goals in 2 minutes here. Goldie has seen
Yep.
Onka's make a little bit of a mini break.
So Sleep goes against Big Binder and Ruck. Bursting through was Cox. Goes the handball on the left to Webber. Here's the run from the Dogs. Big Terry Sleep. High ball inside 50. Adcock versus Powell. Favoured Powell there, but it's still favoured area for the Dogs. Powell gets it. Wrapped up in the tackle by Adcock. Inside 50 for the Dogs.
You just get the idea here. Shane Collins is starting to surge the Dogs. This is a very important period here. 11 minutes into the third term for the Nairne Rams. They've got to hold strong here as Big Binder tried to bustle his way through. Taken by Mayo. He's been busy. Chipiana got it back there to Webber. In turn, got it to a team.
Oh, Greenslade with the handball.
There's a chance here for Mayo on the right.
Oh,
I tell you
good
what,
footy.
He's covered himself in glory, Mayo. That's his second for the game, and the Dogs just pushing further ahead here. Nice little break, 9-7-61. Then 7-4-46 here on the quarter wild scoreboard.
I'll self-indulge a little bit here. Tom Mayo, what a star. There's a reason one little Tate Collins wears number 21 this year, and it's Mayo is all class for a young 18-year-old. That was a great goal. Great hands by Johnny Greenslade. You mentioned before, boys, Nairne need to stay strong here. They've really got to get their hands on the footy. They've done a great job all day. They just can't afford to have 8 or 10 minutes of downtime here.
So back in the middle, Sleep versus Binder in Ruck. The Dogs starting to kick into gear. Waterman, he's been great. Mussolino, I think it is, to Rupchich, to Clifford. Dogs have lifted it in intensity and they hold the ball up on the cricket pitch area.
Geez, he put him in a bit of trouble there, Clifford, didn't he? That handball, he just ran straight into a couple of dogs in the pitch area. Lucky perhaps not to go for holding the ball, but umpire Raymond will ball it up instead. So Binder wins the tap out against Sleep, bouncing ball. Mussolino's there, stolen by the Catfish, and Vines gets it back to Chip. Chipiana over the top here to Peter. Peter looking for support. Does it himself as he gets around cleverly. Sends it towards the forward pocket here to lead it Sinot. And it just cleared the outstretched hand of a leaping power there. So Riley Sinot, perhaps the second almost identical attack there. Shane Collins ends on a good lead, so the chance to kick his goal virtually to a similar position, I'd suggest.
Yeah, and as you said, that's the second time it's happened this quarter, and it hasn't happened once in the first half. So they're just starting to break down Nan's pressure here at the moment. Andy Vines, the Catfish as we like to call him, he's really broke this game open. Second quarter was outstanding, and already this quarter he's broken those stoppages open. Riley's given that a bit of a shake and just missed.
Minus score there.
But once again, I said in the second quarter, boys, I'm loving this ruck contest. I reckon both boys are playing well in the ruck, giving their team as much opportunity as possible from the stoppage.
So Revington will bring the ball in for Nambrema United. Kicks it outside of defensive 50. Powers the target. Ball hits the deck. Good chain of hands. Going backwards, though, out towards the boundary line. Oh, stripped of it, and the chip was coming through there for the Dogs. So umpire will throw the ball in. 15 minutes gone in the third term here. And the Dogs are leading 9 goals, 8 to 7 goals, 4. Boundary throw in. Big Binder. Ball's flicking around. Sleep. He's been all right. Oh, stripped of it. Here's a chance for Nan on the counter-attack. Waterman, who set it up. Handballs over the top. Kick inside 50 for Nan. One-on-one contest. Darcy. Good work from the Onka's defenders holding him up there. And it's held up. The player kicking the ball in was Mason Begley there.
Waterman was special again through the middle there, wasn't he? Winning that contested footy and then running off on it. He's been outstanding today.
Him and Pegler are combining there to get the Rams into the goal-scoring potential area here. Here's a chance taken by Pegler, as we called him. Tries to the line and walked over by Cox in the Sean Tate pocket. A bit of push and shove there off the ball as the flags seem to have picked up a little bit. They were a bit limp at the half-time, but obviously the breeze picking up as it blows down towards the other end of the ground. So Ruckjewel, Hine gets the tap down. Picked up there by the Dogs. Sweep it out here to the run of Zach George Dent. Puts out towards the interchange wing area. Bouncing ball right in front of the coach's box. It's coach Daniel Lackaby in the first floor balcony, overseeing his troops.
Again, Nan was set up really well behind the ball, so the stoppage there on the wing's not a bad result for the Dogs.
So Adcock comes up to do the ruck duel against Kelly. Adcock wins it down. Leaves in front of the pack, taken away by Webber. He's lifted his influence, that's for sure. Gets shoots on the handball to the direction of Peter. Can it stay in as Waterman arrives? No, over the boundary line. So just inch by inch, step by step, Onka's just gradually moving forward here, Goldie.
Yep, certainly are. Good turn for them so far as we head towards about the 16-minute mark. Boundary throw in. Here's a chance for the Rams. Oh, held up. And that's holding the ball. Great work there by the Dogs. And they'll go forward entry
Mayo
here.
again.
And Mayo, who's had a very important third term, kicks the ball inside 50 out towards Joe Bilby. Does he keep it in? No, he doesn't. So it's gone out of bounds. 17-minute mark. It's Onka Valley, 9 goals, 8. Nambrema United, 7 goals, 4. So Adcock in ruck. He'll go against Jamison Kelly. Inside 50 here for the Dogs. Trying to move the ball forward once again, but here's Rupchit, stripped of it. Goes out towards a teammate there. Kick out towards centre wing.
Rupchik's been really good today.
Mussolino.
Rupchik's been another player who's been excellent today for the Rams. Just around stoppages, his work's been really good getting inside Onka's mids, and he's giving his wingers and flankers every chance.
So 16-point margin in favour of the Valley Bulldogs. Over the top was Sleep, flicked it forward. Well done by Cipiana. High kick along the boundary line. Getting back there is Hooper. Spilled what he should have taken, but in the meantime, the ball over the boundary line. Looks like he was infringing that contest anyway, Will Hooper. So from joined the club last year. Of course, from Encounter Bay, he goes across the line to Lockie Cross. He's got another loose man out here if he goes wide. And in the behind the post, I think it's Powell. Shoots it up towards the broadcast
Watch
wing.
out.
Oh, great effort by Clifford. Courage personified there also as he had his eyes only for the ball as the cavalry arrived. So right in front of the Dreammaker broadcast point. Gumtree wing. Clifford nurses it up the line. looking for Hiner. Stepping up in front of him is Waterman,
man.
who's starting to work his way into the game. So Kurt Waterman, he's got a lead here from Big Darts.
Oh,
Wanted to lead and puts it straight down the throat, and the big man lumbers out and takes a grab. So he's already kicked the goal in the second half for him. He kicked the first one at 3 minutes. Onkas have replied with 3. So Big Darts to say he needs this one for Nairne would be an understatement at the moment, Goldie.
That's the blueprint for Nairne here today, isn't it? It was Clifford to Waterman to Horrigan. Those 3 have been outstanding today. Great mark here on the wing by Clifford. Been really impressed with him today.
So Big Das kicked the goal in this quarter. Kicked 4 in the opening half. So he's kicked 5 for the day, as the Guernsey says. And now he's kicked 6. So a good settler there for Nairne. They get around him. 8 goals, 4. 9 goals, 8 game on here as we head towards the 19-minute mark in this big Division 1 Hills Football League Round 5 matchup. And we'll go down to Jaden and Indy now, who look like they've got something to offer here, lads.
Cheers, Goldie. Yeah, so 26 kicks there for Onkas, 11 inside 50s, and 22 handballs to round out those stats there for you boys. Just Nairne just getting on top a little bit in the last minute or two, but Onkas were good inside 50 for a while there. Indy, what's your take on the game, mate?
Well, Nairne have definitely weakened in the handball stat, particularly in the red time of that last quarter, and they've done it for the early portions of this quarter. So that passage of play there was evidence of what they need to do, apply pressure and take strong contested marks in the air. Unfortunately, they haven't done that much this quarter, and only 6 inside 50s to show for that.
Thanks, boys. Down there in the boundary in the meantime, a potential dangerous attack there. Just cut off by the Rams. Ball on the half-forward flank area. Netball court side of the Nairne Oval. Trust you're enjoying our coverage here on hillsfooty.com. Bouncing ball once again out towards the boundary line will be the winner. So Nick Yench, I think it is, carting the ball over. So once again, the boundary academy boy comes into play. So as we said, a 10-point ball game here. 8-4 plays 9-8 in favour of the Valley Doggies. Ball comes out here to Mayo. Been very impressed with his work in the second half. Gets the ball back, but camped under it is Darcy Clifford. Clifford with a sweeping handball out here to teammate there.
It's taken by Revington. Has a bounce, half back line. Looks inboard. Nice vision. Finds that man Waterman, who's been everywhere today. Asked for a player to come at him. It's taken there by Baden Willis in the middle of the ground. Short pass. Good movement here from the Rams. Slow build up. Taken by Rupchik. He's looking inside 50. Darcy's saying bring it long, but he opts to go short. Finds Jamison Kelly. Now he might go long. God, but it might be chopped out here from the Dogs, and it is. And they read that one nicely. And it looks like Adcock's down there, Pistols.
Yeah, he's covering
Just
a bit
having
of
a run
ground.
in the ruck, I think, boys.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Either he's arriving centre forward, Colo. So right in front of the Sean Tate Terrace bar steps, and well packed. And why not enjoying this sun, as we said, August sun. Brilliant. Comes across the ground here to Dogs. Got a player out here. Trying to take it. It's Qube. He's under a lot of pressure there now.
Watch out.
From Big Betting. He pulls it under himself.
Umpire Raymond.
Umpire Raymond saying too high. That's a bit hard when you're on the ground. But anyway, he's made his decision right in front of the Bronte Hoff decking. Where the scoreboard reads 8-4 to 9-8. 10-point margin to Onkas. High kick by Qube. Set himself as Hooper. Pushed out. There comes down to Waterman. Ball pushed forward. There coming through his Carissa.
Oh, Waterman.
Waterman follows.
Waterman.
About a cannon. This could be a highlight. This one.
That is sensational. Absolutely sensational. That is one of the goals of the year.
That is. And Flynn Rogers on the Dartfish.
Brilliant.
Would have had that one. That's a highlights rule, that one. Brilliant play, Waterman.
Oh, wow.
So, timely reply. Waterman's first goal, second goal, for the day. And probably his most important as he puts it back to a 4-point ball game. 9-8, plays 9-4. It's a ring-a-ding-ding here.
Class.
Goldie, 22.5 minutes gone. Shane Collins, that would excite you.
Oh, that's outstanding. He has been. Look, put the votes down now. He's 3 votes man today, irrespective of what happens late. That was a great goal and really hard work through the middle of the ground.
So back in the centre comes the Weber underground handball to Green. Feeds it out here to Greenslade. Plenty of experience there as the ball goes forward. Setting himself as Sinnock. Got his hands to it. Brought to ground there by Revington. I think it is worked by ground level by Clifford in defence for the Rams. Ball held up there, but
I'm actually just not sure why Onkas haven't put a tag on him for a while, just to shut him out of the game. He's just absolutely dominated the midfield today, Waterman.
we saw the same situation last week, Goldie, with Cole Cheney wandering around.
So it's inside 50 here for the Dogs. They've usually had the answer in the game so far. Darcy Clifford takes the ball for the Rams. Kicks it out here towards centre wing. 1-on-1 contest. Good use of it. Flicked on. Chain of handballs. Adcock goes the old 1-2. Back. Here's Cornish. Got the ball from Dean. Kicks it towards centre half forward. Coccioloni was shielding the eyes. Almost took the chest mark. Here's that man, Waterman. Almost wrapped up in the tackle. At least contained. Kick inside 50. Powell for the Rams. Brings it to ground level. Greenslade, usually good with the hands. Flicks it out towards Lockie Peter. Towards centre half forward. It's a hot football. Flying shot at goal by Green. There's the answer. What a game of football.
Damien Green, just a wobbly, mongrel-looking putt, Colo, but got the result that the Dogs needed. They go to 10-8 to 9-4.
Yeah, they certainly needed that. They were a bit lucky. That was against the tide of play there. Nairne are doing a really good job. They've fought themselves back into this game after early in the quarter, looking like they were just getting beaten. So well done to them. But Onka's Damien Green intercepted that ball there through the middle of the ground. And I would suggest if he had 5 shots at that, he'd only kick 1 out of 5, and that was the one.
Well, you told me he wasn't the best graduate at your kicking academy. But,
No.
Well, he got a pass mark.
I'll tell you what, he got top marks of that effort there. Back in the centre. Kelly got it down. Here's Greenslade starting to have an influence. The former Sturt Premiership boy gets it forward. It's balled off hands as Weber. He follows up quickly, though. He's got that man Clifford to beat. Socket forward by the Catfish Vines. Powell comes in to relieve the pressure and just happy to cart the ball over the line in advance of Coccioloni. So
Cracking game of footy, boys.
it is.
24 and a half minutes gone, third term. It's, they'd say, a ring-a-ding-ding here. Ruckduel taken away by Kelly. Gets a quick high kick. Barry to barrel almost towards half forward. Pushed out there was high. No free kick taken by Betting.
Here we go.
Toe pokes it forward is Hurrigan.
What's he going to do here?
Hurrigan against Cox. Oh, bollocks. He's
Nice work from
got
Cox.
a saddle on him. Darcy's outnumbered
Oh,
here.
umpire Raymond.
Umpire Raymond, well. Paid a free kick
What's
here
happened here?
to Darcy Hurrigan, grabbing the Guernsey on Cox. I'll tell you what, he'd be a bit unlucky there, Goldie, if you keep your eye on the monitor.
replay, but yeah.
So Darcy Hurrigan
Check the replay on that one.
I'll have a look.
How does that look, Goldie?
already with 6 in the bank this
We've got a
afternoon
bit of a delay, so I'll just,
as he kicks towards the town end.
we'll just check out the replay. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Wait for it to pop up.
So Darce, deliberate shot here. This is a very important kick. They trail by 10 points, 58 to 68. As I said, 25 and a half ticked over, so 3/4 time looming. Great quarter of football is called by Shane Collins. 3 goals to Nairne for the Onka, so the chance to even up the goal kicking here through Big Darce, as I said.
They'll get around him here at the Tate Pavilion.
So Darce,
If he
on
kicks
that
this.
trusty left foot, sets on its way. Goal umpire.
there we
Goal
go.
umpire hardly moves as it sails over his cap, and as Goldie said, they get around the big man. That's his 7th.
He wishes he could play Onkas every week, this bloke, seriously.
Here we go. Here we go.
He does a fantastic job against Onkas, irrespective of who he's playing for.
Absolutely. Just, let's just have the hoodoo over some teams and some players.
Oh, a
So
slight
grab.
A slight.
So it was there. It was there. Obviously it was. So umpire
slight.
Taylor with the ball back in the centre. So game on here. Ring-a-ding-ding. 10-4, 64. 10-8, 68 in favour of the Doggies. 3/4 time looming back in the middle. Butters Binder got the ball down. Taken by Weber. He's
So that's probably a slight holding on then too.
yeah,
But
gets a kick away. Clifford intercepts. Oh, lays a big strong tackle on Johnny Greenslade just inside the forward 50
would
arc.
you say that's an equivalent slight holding on then, Goldie?
Slight.
Slight holding on.
So up they go.
Have a look at the red.
Taken there by Green.
Oh,
Got it, Coccioloni. Waterman's involved. Followed up there. Good work held in there by the desperate Nairne defence.
So it's inside 50 here for the Dogs. Can't be much time left. 27-minute mark. Dogs have kicked a few goals in red time in this match so far. It's outside of their forward 50 now. Can the Rams move the ball forward? No, it can't. There we go. We're set for a big final quarter here. Nambour United 10 goals 4. Onkaparinga Valley 10 goals 8. Both sides looking to continue their hunt for the top 5. They recorded the win last week, and every game during this shortened season is important. And 3/4 time, Darcy Hurricanes kicked 7 goals. He kicked 17 for the season, and it's game on here, Pistols.
Absolutely. A fantastic game of football. 4 goals apiece from these two sides. Free-flowing footy. Might be pretty on occasions. It's been a bit desperate But I tell you what, the goals are coming, and we're set for a really good last quarter here on Call with the Wild. Go and make yourself a cup of coffee, grab a stubby out of the fridge, because we're set for a really good conclusion in this final term here. And I've said vital premiership points on offer here. 10-4 plays, 10-8, 4-point ball game. So obviously some stats that have played a vital part in the game at this stage. So we'll cross down to Jaden J. Hill and the 500-man Indy Rogers for all the stats that matter.
Cheers, Pistols. So that was a great quarter of footy there. 35 kicks there for Onkas, 16 inside 50s there for 6 scoring shots as well, and 28 handballs. So they usually score about 3 or 4 goals in the third quarter this year. That's their average. So they did that again today. Indy, what is your take on the third quarter, mate? And more importantly, the game in total?
Well, there's no doubt that this game will have to come down to the wire, but really, we have to look at the centre clearance work. 2 centre clearances to 7 in that quarter in favour of Onkas. Nairne would be in front right now had they won those centre clearances, but instead the Onka Crummers are getting down there, they're handballing hard, and they're getting it to the right man to clear it out. Nairne need to stop that, because that's what they did in the first half. They enforced pressure on the midfield, which resulted in a turnover, a free kick, or getting possession themselves to then go forward on their own terms. The forwards are dangerous anywhere near the ball. They just need to get that chance right now, and clearances are the only way that Nairne are going to do that.
Cheers, Indy. And also, so that was Nairne's best third quarter score as well. They are breaking their records today. That's their best third quarter score against Onkas. So it was 19 and 13 last year, and it was 24 today. So there's a record stat for you, Pistols, and there'll be more at the end of the game, I believe.
Good work, boys, as per usual down there on the boundary line. And don't forget, if you're watching it, send us in your thoughts, who's going to win, how the game's going. And, well, Big Blue Simons has said, watching it down there past Hills Football League legend, watching down there in Tasmania, and posted here a bit closer than last week. Yes, you could be right there, Blue. A ring-a-ding-ding here at the moment at Nairne over. We said 4 points separating the teams, 10-4 to 10-8 in favour of Onka Valley. And the Dogs perhaps working against a slight breeze in this last quarter as they hold this slight lead, as I said. But Darcy Hurrigan, certainly the star of the show so far. 7 out of the 10 goals kicked by the Valley Rams. Also looking at Mayo, has been busy. He's got a couple. Vines has got a couple for the Bulldogs. But certainly, as we spoke pre-match, very important game this in the shortened season, of course, through the COVID situation. Only playing each other once, 9-round season with a bye included in that. So, yeah, 5th playing 7th. A win today for Nairne would put them right in the business here of the situation as it comes towards the finals. And I tell you what, we might go down to Shane Collins, who's heading back from the huddles. Collo.
Yeah, thanks, Pistols. It's still a beautiful day down here for footy. Nairne just doing it right. They got the beats happening over there behind the goals, bit of music happening, and lovely day out here. There's kids kicking the footy and enjoying it. We've got a big under-11s game after this too, Onkas versus Nairne in the under-11s. But yeah, just back onto this game, the breeze, it has died down. It's still probably worth a goal, maybe a goal or two. Interesting in the 2 huddles. Nairne very upbeat, very positive. They like what they're delivering there. They're just in their back half. They were talking about the fact that when they switch the ball, they can open Onkas up and they can really get running. So they're asking for more of that in the last quarter. Paul Tanner, a little bit more negative, you might say. He was really eyeballing the guys, asking for 110% effort. He feels as though not everyone with the Guernsey on today is really going 100 mile an hour at every contest, and he's just asked that this last 30 minutes that they try and bring that to the table. So really exciting part of the game. You said before the game it's like a final today. Well, these 30 minutes might just put curtains on one of these teams for this funny COVID sprint series footy season, but it could be all over for one of these teams in 30 minutes.
Thank you very much to Shane Collins. And, well, as we said, it is like a final, this game. And, yeah, so away we go. Last quarter, 4-point ball game at the moment. And first passage of play results in another ball up. So umpire Raymond sets it up. Kelly gets the top out. Working hard in there is Mussolino for the Rams. He goes to ground. Ball locked in there. Webber involved. And finally, umpire Raymond will come in once again and recommence proceedings. So, Sleep gets it down. Webber, quick hands out here to Carissa. They go forward. The Dogs bouncing ball. Trapped by Adcock cleverly. Handballs over the top to Bilby on the run. Has a flying shot. But it's going to bounce it towards the forward pocket area. Bouncing ball and eludes all players. But good quick movement to look away. Handball there by Adcock found the target as he raced through. 3/4 time score, boys, and very accurate kicking. Colo, you must have been down there with the Kicking Academy. Mount Lofty 12-1. Lead Achunga 10-3.
Gee, good game of footy.
So good game of footy, just like here. So some close games highlighting the 5th round of Hills Football League Division 1 competition. Improvised there was Kelly with a clearing hack out of the air, bouncing ball. Gotchaleone tapped it down to Bilby. In turn, got it to teammate. Finally, it's fed back here to Webber. Plenty of experience there as he sets sail for goal, and it's carried through. And could that be the goal coming through the experienced Timmy Webber, Shane Collins?
That was a really good, really good goal there. The ability to win the footy off and some quick handball, and Webber to kick a goal from 50. Once again, though, Onka's goals are just hard work, aren't they? They're really working hard for it, but there was quick hands there, and they got that shot on goal.
90 seconds there, Goldie, it took. Yep. And if, as I said, Tanner asked for something at 3/4 time, and he got it.
So back in the middle, Dogs, with the all-important goal to start us in this final term. Can the Rams respond? Both sides have usually responded all day. Mussolino
good
on that left boot, kicks inside 50, one-on-one contest. Darcy's the target. He is enjoying himself out there. He's gone for number 8.
Nathan Cox would just have nightmares about this bloke. He just continually serves it up and just shows what a quality footballer he is.
He'll be checking under the bed tonight, Colo.
You think?
Nightmares. The big number 5. Used to be number 2 in black and white. Now it's number 5 in the change of a strip. So big Darce. We're right behind him here, the Dartfish camera. So that'll tell the story. As Darce, as we said, going for number 8. Pretty handy afternoon by the big boy. So important there to counteract. Ooh. He's pulled this one, across to the right, through for a minor score, so they can breathe a little bit of relief at the moment. The Onkas are faithful as they move along to 10-5. Nairne trailing Onkas 11-8, so 9-point margin.
George Dent brings the ball back in on that trusty left boot. Powell presented himself over the top. They got some Dogs numbers here. Carissa, he spent that one. Coming through for the Ram was Mussolino, who kicked that ball inside 50. Waterman's around the contest. Carissa's in there. Players are barging in, as you'd expect. Hot and heavy footy. Nick Yench managed to get a kick away into a dangerous possession. Hooligans around the area. Nice work there by Cocciolone for the Dogs. Switches play out outside of the defensive 50. Chipiana holding his feet there was Jeevens. Kick inside 50 into the forward pocket was Jamison Kelly.
Good pressure on the ball around here, wasn't it? It was very tight and very quick hands and good tackling from both sides.
It is like a final, and that's that pressure because win here, very vital. So forward pocket throw in. Over the top was big Binding. Took it himself. Big Tommy Betting has a slam. I think it's carried too far across, and in fact scraped in for a minor score, but as I said, inch by inch, they crawl back.
Impressed by him today too, Pistols. What comes from...
Lock,
you said.
Big boy, yeah.
Moved into the area, or?
Yeah, he's been here for a couple of years and came out this year to meet a few people. Thought he'd play footy. Had a year off last year.
We've met a few good people.
We do. As he Cox out here.
So always helps when you play well.
Nathan Cox in the back, Nathan Cox deep in the back pocket for the Doggies. Kicks up the line. Packs grabber Mitchy Stitchies involved. Flies. Got his hands to it.
He's been all right.
Spilled it at the last minute. Comes to Kariska. That's better hands as he got it out.
Lockie Peter.
To Lockie Peter. Kicks it forward. Hooper using his body, then tries to knock it on.
Dangerous position. Here we go.
The big man dummies around onto the right, goes bang. Foot race, get back here. Watching the eye on the ball was Remington. He read the ball.
Read that well.
Yeah, kept his eyes on the ball in competition against Bilby. So now undecided, the skipper. He'll go right across the ground. He's got a lead out here from that man. Jamison Kelly got his hands. Good battle there by Mayo. Good contesting work. Back on it is Kelly. He's under siege from the little chip and out over the boundary line.
Geez, you'd love to play for a captain like Jack Revington. He's just honest as the day's long, isn't he? He just gives everything he possibly can for his footy club.
One of the best performances Nairne's had in Div 1 footy since they've come up. They trail, though, 10-6. Onka's 11 goals 8. So 8-point margin here. It's inside the Dogs' forward line. Dangerous position. Webber flicks the handball out. Waterman's coming through. Good work there from the Dogs. Green! Oh. Green has a flying shot at goal. And
he's kicking it from everywhere. From a man with a cork thigh. Long bombs and,
9 points to margin.
Snaps from the pocket.
Revington with it. 6-minute mark. Important period in the match. Still, either side can get the spoils, obviously, in this one. Ball hits the deck. Here's a chance for, either side. Chipiana holding the ball, is it? Yes, it is. So the Rams looking to move it on quickly. Once he gets to his feet, Chipiana gets the ball on to a player here for the Rams. He'll move the ball from the half-back flank. Important kick, this one.
Young Sean Arney it is.
Sean Arney kicks the ball towards the half-forward line, straight down the throat to Coccioloni. Disappointed with that one.
Yeah, they've got to be smart here now, Shane Collins. The Rams just don't blaze away and look for Darcy's other avenues. This comes across here. Mussolino talking about blazing away. So this is important. He nurses it up. The big Darcy's on the lead. Clarissa getting involved there, importantly. Runs away with the ball on the left, goes across, switches it across, and finds a teammate there in Zach George Dent.
On his left boot. Good side for him. Just slowing it down here in the defensive 50 so we can take a breather. 7-minute mark. 9 points the margin. Very, very important round 5 match. Both sides chalked up a win last week. Here's a chance for Adcock. Presenting well, centre wing.
Played okay today as well, hadn't he? He's seen him last week. He's followed on from that good form.
Kick towards the half-forward line. Who's the target? Well, the Catfish is lurking. Almost went into the dog-out, Pistols. The dog-out.
Or the dugout.
I'll just go with that one. That's a ripper. I'll go with that. That was a slip of the tongue, but it wasn't.
Nurses it up from the dog out, and he finds a Lockie Peter.
Inside-out screw punch that went through the goals.
In front of the, I'll be more conventional. He's in front of the terrace area there, Goldie, as he chips the ball back to Vines. Vines will give it back to Mayo in the 1-2, but I tell you what, that's not footy magic. That was a bit of footy tragic there as missed the target completely. So right in front of the terrace, just up from the dog out, we will have a boundary throw in from the Academy boys. So
I'll go with that one.
good crowd in the house still, and the Rams faithful, you can probably see in the background, willing their side on. So high pitch from the boundary Academy boy. Ball comes down from Binder, bouncing ball. Revington comes in, slipping clear was Lee's playing on the forward line. Hacked forward
that
here.
Was clever.
There's a chance for Peter, the male medalist from Div 2, sets it up. Chance here, good defensive
dangerous,
spot.
dangerous.
Taken by the Belby.
Oh!
Right in the corner. He loves it. As we said, cometh the man, cometh the moment.
That was a lovely flick on.
And Bilby.
Good work by Tim Webber out there in front of the Sean Tate grandstand there. But, yeah, once again, it's just been hard work for Onka's goals, but full credit to them. They're getting the job done at this time. Nairne got to find it again. They're going to have to get back and do the hard work around the midfield. Make sure they put that pressure on again and turn the footy over, get it down to Das, and they will be back in the game quick smart, but they've just got to pick that pressure up again.
So 15-point ball game in favour of Nairne. As we go around the ground, Jarrett 12-18, Blackwood 4-3. So, sorry, other way around. My apologies. Got to get the glasses fixed. 12-18, Blackwood, Jarrett 4-3.
Inside 50 here for the Dogs. Can they go again? Mayo, he's been great in the second half. Oh, spoil there by Powell. Rams are still fighting. Round the action. Here's Big Terry, Sleep, mobile, kick inside 50. Darcy Gifford backing back. But he's another defender for the Rams in Revington, who's been good today. The skipper, he's led from the front. Kick outs towards Lockie Cross. Off he goes with the zinc on the nose. Kick towards the half-forward line. Nick Gienta around the action, inside 50, dangerous position. Trying to keep the ball inside 50 here. It's come out, though. Or it's going back in, is it? Mitchy Stitchy. Well, that's a interesting kick.
This is where Big Betting got his hands to it. Desperate defence here, got it out here. Bell's involved, hacked it forward.
Rams are fighting.
Here's Coccioloni. Followed up was...
Waterman's around here.
Kuiper going to ground there. Good tackle applied there.
Nice work.
On Nick Jevons.
That was needed there, and a couple of the Onka's young kids, they panicked a little bit under pressure there, but well done by the Chipiana to hold that ball up.
So Hine doing the ruck work, comes down there, over the top there. I think was Bastian, Nick Bastian. Perhaps could have got a free kick.
Come back to the score. Blackwood beating
Sorry,
Radler.
yeah, Blackwood 12-18 to Radler 4-3. Sorry, my apologies. Probably
Could come back from the woods.
I kicked Radler, so I was hoping that. But anyway, bouncing ball. Here's that man again. Revington looks to sell a bit of candy. Gets back into big binder. He's dispossessed.
He needs some help.
Revington dives on it again.
They're on.
Handball's out to Bastian in the centre of the ground. He's got support from Waterman. Goes long and high, but all home is Onka's, and perhaps tumble mark, but in here that safely holds it up. I think that's Qube.
Kuiper kicks the ball to the Catfish, Andy Vines. He's easy to distinguish. Kick into the middle of the ground. Finds Weber eventually. Flick out to Johnny Greenslade, usually a good user of the ball. He's looking one way then the other. Dishes out the nice handball towards the Weber. Uses the ball out to Carissa, who's got a little bit of Andy Vines about him. So Carissa. Adcock's wanting it deep. He goes to that territory. The big man presents himself. It's gone over the back. Clifford ran into his teammate and Hooper. Clears the ball out of the fence. No, he doesn't. It's gone down the chip. So just a little bit of fatigue here from the Rams and causing some turnovers.
Oh,
that's a mark, isn't it? No?
Oh.
Okay, then.
Under the pressure there was the Bilby. Clifford comes in. He's bundled over. He's bundled over the line there. Green. Pretty forcefully by the slug and Damien Green. A little bit of push and shove. So right in front of the Nairne faithful. In their side. Trailing at the moment, 15 points. Yeah. 12 minutes coming up. Comes out here to the chip. Chipiana's at the top of the square. Coming in at Sinot. Got away from Revington on that occasion. So I tell you what, alarm bell's starting to signal here if I was a Nairne supporter. I tell you, gets this, so puts it out to what, 21 points. Shane Collins coming up to 13 minutes.
Yeah, they've been so good in their back exits all day, but today, just in the last few minutes, just been under a bit of pressure and they've turned the footy over too close to Onka's goal, and Onka's have been able to turn the ball around and get another shot on goal, which isn't the way they're going to win this game.
Sinot only the one for this
afternoon.
He
really hammered that one.
He's still got one for this afternoon as he's pulled that one and just tried to kick the cover off the ball, I'd suggest.
Yeah, either that or the ball's flat.
Absolutely, so 16-point margin now. 12-10 to 10-6. 12 coming at 13 minutes gone, quarter wild final term. Exciting game here at Qube Logistics.
Oh, well,
I'll tell you what's not exciting is that kick out.
Just some skill errors here for the Rams setting in.
I'll give Revington a big tick of approval at his last two possessions. He'd like back, I think, but Mayo really needs to make him pay.
I tell you what, boys, on the quarter wild, we've been blessed at least once a game. We've seen that. If you think back, Goldie, this year, a few kick-outs, a bit ordinary. Even Alex Giorgio.
Yep.
Very important shot on goal here.
So this is Mayo. We've already 2 to his name here, Colo. So he's a proven goal kicker, and I think well within his range here.
Kicked one of the goals of the year last year. So that's a high ball. And it's also a straight ball. Straight through the middle. The Dogs go further ahead, 13-10. Nambour United, 10-6.
So
14 minutes gone.
Young Tate Collins will be very happy with the number on his duffel coat. He's third for the afternoon. He's only an 18-year-old, so plenty of talent there, mate.
Oh, he is a highly talented player, young Tom Mayo. He actually did a pre-season with the Adelaide Crows top-up squad, just as a bit of experience. A quality young kid as well, and he's going to be a good player for the Bulldogs for many, many years. Had a really good final series last year as an underager, and he's going on with it this year.
So 13.5 minutes gone, final term.
Oh, Waterman.
Dogs have added 3 goals. Nairne, 2 behind.
Oh, that's a bit lucky.
Pin there, umpire Taylor, a bit harsh with the call. Was big sounder, Terry Sleep, probably the oldest man on the ground.
He's been good.
Probably the oldest man at the ground apart from you, Colo, as he puts the ball up high. Binder at the back, working his way forward was Hooper. Ball comes down to the power, chaps at the head. Oh, got past the Green. Held up though, gets it finally out into Cross. Good chase by Green. Cross was kicked, got across. Oh, Yed stood his ground well. Taken by Ring-a-Ding Bell. He goes to ground as well. Ball held in there. Desperate stuff here. Peter tried the old don't argue. Got the ball out to George Dent, who gets there wide, but all Rams as Hooper takes a good defensive mark.
So Hooper, Rams, probably last roll of the dice for them. Flick over the handball. Chain of handball. Who was that?
Bastian.
Nick Bastian. And umpire Raymond has come in as the Rams were trying to move the ball forward along the interchange wing area. 15 minutes gone. It's 66 to 88. Out towards the boundary line. Flicked on. It's gone out of bounds just near Nairne's interchange bench. So Rams still in it. about midway through the final term.
They have had this trait, guys, haven't they, early in the year, just fading out at vital moments. Obviously, last week they were consistent to win. But certainly the pressure on here, boys, is taken away by Rubchik. Oh, fed the ball out nice. The cross on stolen here by the chip. He's been good this afternoon, Colo. As he puts it out wide towards the dog out. But taking the mark is Benny Powell.
The chips and Mayo have been a good combination today, haven't they?
Absolutely, as he gets the ball right across defensively out here, out wide.
So the Rams clear the ball out. Revington sees the ball out of there, so transition play from the Nairne.
And that's just what they weren't doing that before. They were hitting the target and really punishing on because it's coming out of that back half. And they're now missing targets and just getting a bit sloppy with their disposals.
Boundary throwing just outside 50 for the Dogs. Starting to put the foot down here. Weber stripped of it. Umpire Raymond says, well, eventually the Dogs' way. Weber.
Bit unlucky, Mussolino with the bounce of the ball there. Just things starting to turn against the Rams here. Gold as he nurses it up the line and finds the catfish. He takes
Been very good today, the catfish.
Yes, and I'll tell you, that would have tested the hamstrings and the slippery bit of the ground there. I think the legs just did the splits a little bit as he marked the ball, but he's all right as he does a bit of stretcher. So Andy Vines has said...
neck from the bun bouncing on his head.
Kicked 2 goals this afternoon. Sets this one up high.
Adcock's the target. Ball
Good
hits
contest.
the deck. Got some crummers here to Dogs.
Good work by Greenslade.
Yeah, one thing Jake Adcock's done really well today is competed in the air, given his crummers every opportunity because he's bringing straight down to the front.
Dangerous position for Nairne to clear the ball. Clifford, handball over the top. Number of Dogs lurking. Here's one of them. That was Mayo, who's been in everything. But here's a chance for Nairne on the counter-attack.
I see what you did there.
Taken by Waterman, I think it was. Out towards
Lockie
Hourigan.
Haven't seen a lot of him since the first term, so he goes long.
Hine.
Lubbing out his high, got his hands to it. He's got 2 Dogs to beat. One of them being George Dent, carries the ball towards the boundary line.
Definitely good sign for Nairne compared to that Lofty game, Pistols. We
Absolutely,
saw a couple
yes.
of weeks ago. They've rapidly improved.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're still training on the
that's
scoreboard, Goldie, unfortunately, for Daniel Lagavy. 66 plays 88, so 22-point margin here in favour of the Valley Dogs. 17 minutes ticked over in the final term. Caught with the wild boundary try, and Mitchie Hine wrestling with Sleep. Sleep got the tap down. First to get there be Clifford. He's been impressive again. Flicks the ball, missed the target, and Hooper coming to meet his power. He just wanted to... Vines. In the meantime, the ball come out to the chip, but he can't prevent Cross getting a high kick away. Mitchie Hine is lurking, gets it, he's tackled, dispossessed, ball goes to ground. Hourigan lurking, but in the meantime, illegal disposal against Mitchie Hine, so free kick to the chip, who's been very good.
The chip's been a bit hot in the last quarter, hasn't he? Though?
Very good, very good. What happens when the chip stands Benny Salt?
Kick towards...
Mayo comes in.
Have we got a sauce? No. Kick towards centre wing. We haven't got a sauce in the competition, have we?
Have to bring
We'll have to find one.
Have to bring Sauce McKecken back. Yeah. There's one for the people. Lot
this
older.
man's been brilliant. Off he goes to the races. Waterman. He's just let himself down there, but he's going to butter it up because that's the day he's had. Coccioloni, though, for the Dogs, kick in the middle of the ground by Greenslade. Now, he's used the hand nicely today.
A couple of Dogs down behind plays.
I think the chip just got a bad corky, too, from Waterman
double
coming through.
Corky work going on. The big Terry Sleep, who's done some nice things. Just slowing it down here, Terry. He'll switch, will he? Don't know what he was doing.
Get on to that.
What's Terry doing? He's gone straight to his counterpart.
Mitchie Hine. Handball Snowden in particular.
I think both sides just want to have a bit of a lie down at the moment.
Tell you what, fatigue coming.
One of the sleep.
Skill errors. I think Terry Sleep should be at the academy during the week.
What was that? I didn't even know where he was looking.
Even umpire Taylor's having a bit of a chuckle. He said, "You for real?" As he touched the ball back. Hine got the ball down. Arnie's in there working hard. Big Sleep. Well done, big man. Got it out here towards Mussolino. Close to boundary line. High kick and down there towards Lachlan Hourigan. Taken away by Coccioloni. Nurses across the chip. He seems to have recovered.
Has he got Mayo out there? No, he's got Weber. So Weber, he'll look inboard and finds George Dent. Yep, no dramas there. Just a slight flutter. Just, what do we got? 20-minute mark. So the Dogs in good position now. 22 points the margin. It'll be a big win for them. A win in the draw so far if they get it. Still time, though, for the Rams. Mark across the half-back line. Kick along the interchange wing. They need a mark here, and they get it.
Big man. Big Sheets betting takes the mark.
Kick a goal.
On his left, wheels across the centre. Here's a chance for Lockie Hourigan. Goes over the top of him. First to get there be Noah Bell. nurses the ball back in front of the commentary box, but it's only as far as Mussolino, the former Magpie, takes the ball. He'll go short and in towards Mitchie Hine, but chipping in and taking a mark is Lockie Peter, of course. Medalist last year,
There's a
medalist
lot of
for Kersbrook.
tired bodies out there at the moment. It's
And just the concentration and skill execution now. Colo, as he nurses it up to Bilby, gets around Powell nicely. Got support there from Johnny Greenside. He lifts the eye and chips it into space to Webber. And just those old experienced heads there, Colo. As you said, composure in fatigue times.
Yeah, exactly. Just a bit of class around there. This will test Webbsy this distance, so I wouldn't mind betting there'll be a little pass off here. There it is.
Kicked the opening goal at the quarter, as he's giving it back to Greenside, I think.
John Douglas is enjoying the call. Thanks, John.
Good on you, John. We are lucky to watch the country football anywhere, mate. Thanks for the other little, checks in the mail.
Yeah.
Anyway, Greenslade.
Premiership player at Sturt.
Former Mount Barker Junior, of course, staggered approach, sets on its way. I think it's not coming back enough through for a minor score, but it's enough to give Onka's fairly handy lead at the moment as they move on to 13-11, 89 to 10-6, 66. So, 23-point margin. So got to
counter-attack.
Got to kick 4 goals here, Nan. They haven't kicked a goal this quarter.
Bilby.
This could be the sealer as the ball comes back into the Bilby.
Mayo on the Easter egg. I don't know if it's a good combination, but it worked well there, didn't it? Gee, now we're talking food again.
Funny about that, Shane.
Cipriano's had a really big last quarter, hasn't he, out in that wing, and picked up
That's
a lot of
that
food.
delivery coming from the Cheney family bakery at Warwick, Nabil, yet, Colo, that you ordered the other night. So here's a chance for Bilby to put the icing on the cake, so to speak.
There it is.
And there it is. Bilby's third for the game, so he's been pretty handy, Shane Collins.
Yeah, he has. He's followed on from last week's match-winning performance in the last minute of the game, and he's done a really good job there today. The smalls for Onkas have actually been good forward because they have struggled to take a catch there, and they've needed to have Carissa and Bilby and Greenslade.
Well, they have one player who's 6 foot in that forward line?
Yeah.
I guess.
Adcock's competed well all day, but it's been all what's been done on the ground, which is has been Onka's goal-kicking options today.
So 22 minutes in, you'd think that Onkas are going to win this 14-11 to 10-6. 29-point margin. Ball on the ground level. Still fighting there is Green. Also Yench is in there. Bit of push and shove at Green level. But you think the Sting's probably gone out of the contest now, boys. Why waste your energies?
So Nan been very competitive. Green's just a little bit proppy.
Yep.
Probably get the ice bath tonight.
So Sleep down towards Arnie. Taking that there, well, by Mayo. Got it to Peter. In turn, finds it back to Mayo. Mayo sells a bit of candy. Gets ready to get run down. No, well chased by the big betting. Meantime, the ball comes out wide here to Webber, who's out by the interchange gate. Put down the throw to Lees, who's gone forward. Shrugs off a tackle. Comes out the back door with the ball, holding the ball up. Oh, yes. But, Lee's secret forward there, Colo.
Yeah, what a great chase down by the big fella betting there.
Yeah.
He got some speed, the big fella, and he used it.
He actually sheeted him, didn't he?
Powell gets the ball towards Clifford, out towards the interchange wing area. It's gone out of bounds.
Betting and Sleep in a contest there.
I love it, Colo. And all we need is get Making Mattresses to sponsor us. We got it all covered, boys.
24-minute mark. So boundary throw-in just around from the 50 area for the Rams. Just haven't quite got the ball rolling in this final term, but they're still fighting out towards the half-forward line. Lockie Hourigan flicks it on. It's inside 50 now for Nan. Carissa for Onkas.
Pace.
Nicely done. Switches play out. He's got a player out here in George Stanton. He'll look to get onto that left boot into the middle of the ground. He's got Bilby, or he's got Sleep, or he's got a queue of them. Mayo gets it onto Vines. Vines switches it out towards the wing. It's 1-on-3. Nicely worked there by Waterman. Gets it out to Lockie Cross. Goes backwards.
No.
Dangerous handball to Mussolino. Sells him under pressure.
Wow. Should have gone back to Waterman there, boys. But it's all right to call it from up here, isn't it? But
yeah, I must say, Zach Jordan would be a big plus for Coach Paul Tanner today. He's been out since round 1. He's a very important player to the Bulldog side.
Sleep, and I'll tell you what, I felt that one up here. It's Jamison Kelly offering his sorry, mate.
The big fella at about 39 years of age, only ruckman today. I reckon he'll have a good sleep tonight.
I tell you what, he's done a very good job as he needs a good chiropractor at the moment. Colo's a good strong mark taken by Adcock. Waste no time, get it to run a Weber.
Nice.
Caresses one up forward to Lees. Oh, Will Gavin.
Nice.
Slip style. Comes back here to Weber. I tell you, this will be...
Silky.
That is a magnificent goal. I tell you, Weber completing it. Shane Collins disappears. We'll find an interview for us. Last action of the game results in a running goal to Weber. Goldie?
Yeah, well, that's sending a message, isn't it? 5-goal final term there for the Dogs. That was a very, very nice way to finish the match to Nairne United zip. So the Rams running, the Dogs running away with it 15-11 to 10 goals 6. And as Ed Smart says here on the feed, the old head's coming, leading the way there at the end. And it looks like we got Tom Mayo here. Flynn? So we got Tom Mayo here, who's going to have a chat with Shane Collins.
So, as we said, one outstanding player today, 3 goals. I know he loves him, his son does. Down to Shane Collins.
Thanks, Pistols. We're down here with one of the better players on the ground today, and I thought the longer the game went, the better you played. But great win by the boys today, Tom.
Yeah, it was awesome. We've been training so well, and we've been threatening the last few weeks, but it was good to finally, in the last quarter there especially, string a few together and get some chemistry going again, which was good. Yeah.
And just on yourself, you spent a bit of time forward, but, you know, is it 50-50 through the midfield with you at the moment?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. Yeah, we've got a few rotations going, so it's working pretty well at the moment. We've got so many midfielders and so many forwards, so many blokes that can push forward and kick goals, so it's been really good.
And for you, it must be quite exciting playing with the players like Greenslade and Weber through the midfield. And, you know, are they teaching you a lot about your game as you're going along and helping your midfield work?
Yeah, absolutely. They've been unbelievable. Last year as well with Doc and this year with Johnny, at trainings, you know, they just put us under their wing and show us exactly where to be and what to do, so they've been awesome.
And today with Dan Shell coming out just before the game, gee, the old fella did a great job in the ruck, I thought.
Yeah, Terry's unbelievable. He's good. He's unbelievable in the ruck. He's a big boy, and yeah, he gets it down our throats, which is good.
And well done, mate. You gave us another highlight clip from a goal from the boundary line down there in that quarter, and kept all the Onka Valley number 21s very proud today.
Yeah, no, it was a lucky one. Went through, yeah.
Good on you, mate. Great game today, and well done on the way you're playing.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Excellent, boys. Young Tommy Mayo, we said many times during the game, just a class player for such a young age. And, you know, knowing the Onka Valley Footy Club, I must say, you know, they are nurturing a few young lads through their side. You know, we look at Zach Jordan as a veteran, if you like. I mean, he's only 21. Zach Kuiper probably played less than 10 games. You know, Dan Scholl himself is only 21. Andy Vines, Riley Sinnott, they've all come through at the same age bracket. Tom Mayo at 18. You know, Jacob Carissa's only 21. Noah Bell at 18. Will Cowling, we saw today, got badly injured, but he's only 18. There's a lot of young talent that Paul Tanner's got to work with there, and you know, and I know his destination is to make sure that the Onka Valley Football Club is strong in senior football for the next 5 to 10 years. So anyway, boys, it's a little bit chilly out here now. The sun's just nipped off behind the trees. The under-11s are out having their warm-up kicks, and once again, the Rams will play the Bulldogs there. I must say, look, I was impressed with Nairne today as well. They're on the right track. Lackers is doing a great job with them. I love the way his coaching structure's set up, and they've recruited for needs. I thought Darcy Clifford was excellent today. His ability across half-back to win the football, his courage was outstanding at times. Obviously, we know Hourigan, he's the best forward in country football. Tom Betting, I thought he was sensational up forward. He gives them another target. And that took a bit of pressure off, and a player like Mitchell Hine really come to the fore because he was getting sort of the third defender most of the day. So I like what they're doing across there. Lockie Cross was across half-back and cleaned up well. He's another young fella. Nick Yench was good through the middle. Rupchik, I thought he was sensational. Again, we're talking about young kids in this competition, which is quite exciting and what it's all about. And I know with Tom Mayo there, we just spoke about the old ruckman in Terry Sleep, but Nairne's ruckman in Isaac Binder, I thought he was very, very good today as well. So all in all, guys, a cracking game of footy. The Bulldogs really needed that win, and it'll be it'll be interesting to see. I think they've got a chunga next week now, and they need to get the momentum rolling. So as the Onka Bulldogs under-11s run out onto the park, I'll cross back up to you boys in the Dreammaker.
And that would have been a big thrill for them. Their Goldie is the A grade, just forming a guard of honour for the under-11s as they run out. So fantastic effort there. But thanks very much to Shane Collins. And, well, we'll go down for the final time today. We'll have the stats that did matter. Goldie from Jaden J. Hill and Indy 500 Rogers.
Cheers, thanks Pistols. Yes, great game there by Onkas. 47 kicks in that last quarter. 17 handballs and also 25 marks, 20 tackles and 20 hit-outs as well to round out to 17 inside 50s. They dominated in that last quarter. Indy will tell you a bit more after, but outstanding last quarter there by Onkas. Greenslade, Chipiana, and also Weber and others, they were just unbelievable in that last quarter. Indy, your take on the game, mate?
The first 3 quarters of the match were definitely pretty impressive by Nairne, and even though they were trailing at the second and third breaks, I actually thought they were doing quite enough to get through the final term, but unfortunately they lost it where I almost expected it to, and that was the centre clearances. Their midfield was beaten around the ball just too much, and in the end, when the pressure eased in that last quarter and they didn't apply as many tackles, that's exactly what costed them the result. They also got smashed in the inside 50s overall, losing minus 29 in the game, minus 14 centre clearances for the game too, and genuinely did pretty well for the kicking and handball statistics. There wasn't much of a favour for Onkas in that area, but once again, you just had to feel like those centre clearances, giving Onkas more forward opportunities, even though the Nairne forward line was arguably better on the day. I saw some really promising signs, you know, not to mention the 7 goals kicked on the back of one singular player, and considering that they only scored 10 for the match, you have to consider how dangerous some of those players can be when they get it. But unfortunately, the game just fell apart in that area because they were relying too much on centre clearances and they weren't actually getting them enough in order to win the ball on their terms.
Thanks for that, Indy. And here's some record stats. So that's Nairne's high score against Onka since 2010, and it's also Onka's high score for the year, 101 as well. And it's also the first time that Onka's has won in round 5 since 2016. So there is a stat for you boys, and also some positive stats there for Nairne. They averaged 6.5 goals against Onkas, and they got 10 today. Onkas averaged 13.5 goals against Nairne, they got 15 today. So there's some positive signs for you as well. And here's a stat for you, Colo. So Darcy Hurigan has now scored 81 goals against Onkas, and it's also the 9th time that he has scored 5 or more goals against Onkas.
In how many games? Do you know how many games?
So it's 14 games.
14 games, he's kicked 81 goals.
So an average of 5.7. So there you go. And Indy, last thing, mate.
And just one more comment. Some of the Nairne players who were tracking today, Clifford with 8 marks was actually very impressive at times, particularly in that defence. And number 19, to make sure I pronounce his surname correctly. Jench, of course. He had 6 tackles in the middle, so he was applying the pressure, and I actually think Nairne definitely had the individual brilliance that they needed from their team. They just lacked composition in the midfield where they needed to get those centre clearances. But once again, there are some high-quality players there, and they can definitely play like a top-5 team. They just need to work in unison a bit more. So positives to come out of today, but a really disappointing 4th quarter makes it end on a bit of a low note. But they'll need to look at the best and worst of this game and take that into consideration for next week.
Great roundup. How's that?
And back to you guys.
Hey?
Thank you very much, boys, and as usual, comprehensive coverage down on the band and
stats.
bringing the record stats, etc. Did you realise that one, Colo?
I get worried when he says I've got one for you, Colo. I thought it was something about someone kicking more points than I did in the game or something. But I did say the other night, didn't I? Darcy loves Onkas, and gee, it's just that's amazing. 14 games for 81 goals against one footy club.
Fantastic, and as said, he added 7 today, so it's a bit of a lone hand for Onkas. Your man, Bilby with 3, Mayo with 3, and Vines chipping in with 2. So a pretty good all-round team. At Weber with 2 as well. So pretty good all-round effort by Onkas, and this certainly, could turn the corners. We know they had a few big games coming up, so confidence would be a good thing because let's face it, they've had a few injury problems this year, etc., etc. So
yeah, they have. I think Dan Scholl will Dan Scholl will be back next week, I would suspect, so they'll welcome his return. But where to for Nairne now, do you think, mate?
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
probably makes it hard now. There's not many games to go.
No.
Do you
They've got to play Harndorf, got to play Mount
Correct.
Barker.
They've got some big games coming up still. So just do they just get into that development mode and relaunch again? Which I think at the end of the day, I think if you spoke, we did talk to Lackers early this year. As much as they'd love to have played finals, I think it was a development for next year. I like what they're doing. I love how the club's going. It's an absolute picture of a place. It's beautiful to come here and watch football. It's been a cracking day. They've got an amazing crowd, wonderful supporters. Their junior program's excellent. We've seen today Onkas have played Nairne in every junior grade. Every junior coach does a wonderful job. They're very professional in the way they conduct their football here, and I really like the way the Nairne Footy Club are going about this foray into Division 1, and I hope it sets them up for many, many, many years ahead.
Yep. But, once again, that fade out, as we said, they led by a point at quarter time. Onka's led by 2 points at half time, and then Onka's 4 points at three-quarter time. You thought game on, but, gee, last quarter 5-3 to 2 behinds. Onka's just stamped their authority and ran out, as we said, pretty convincing winners in the end, 15-11 to 10-goal 6. So, 35-point win. It's probably
Boys just throwing a couple of stats at me. So Greenslade and Webber had 15 kicks in the second half, so they just kept coming, didn't they? We spoke about their class late. So, all went for a good win for the Onka Valley Bulldogs. Good fun watching the boys put the tent down here. This is exciting.
Yeah.
How many people does it take to change a light bulb?
Well, exactly. All right, then. We trust you enjoyed the call a while. Once again, we got one final score and give you Mount Lofty and accurate 19-goal 3. Shane have defeated Achunga 11-goal 5. So
I said they'd win by 6 goals. I was out by a couple.
We did. I said 10 points, but it doesn't matter.
We got
the win.
Closer than you did.
We got the win, and as I said, I did have Uradler, but last score we had Blackwood 12-18 to 4-3. So it looks like Blackwood bouncing back from when we saw them.
That's good to see.
Certain good judges said they were a bit ordinary.
They were ordinary.
I've learned from what Colo had to say.
Don't you duck out from that.
Kurt Thompson has taken the message back.
They were ordinary. and I seen your Radler last week, and I thought they were outstanding. So I was expecting.
So what's that say about your judge of football?
Well, it would suggest that the day we saw Blackwood, they had a stroke because they were terrible.
Well, we got Blackwood Onkers, I think, in a couple of weeks. So
we do. Yeah, so we've all.
And it'll come back to bite me, I know, and they'll smash Onkers to smithereens that day. But to be honest, they should be a better club, and it's great to see them fight back today because what we saw the other week against Lobies, not them. It hasn't been them for 10 years as a club, and they've obviously, we spoke to Kurt Thompson. They said they were training hard and doing a lot of running, and they've turned it around straight away with a good win today.
Certainly have. All right, that just about wraps us up here on hillsfooty.com. Once again, we must thank those invaluable supporters of ours, Goldie, Sports Interactive, Mortgage Choice, Dartfish, Adelaide Star Buses, Business Plaza, Jarrett, Nissan and Chris Shaw Accounting. A few thank yous. Once again, thank to Jaden and Jordan.
JJ's.
I slipped one in there. And Indy down on the boundary. Once again, Matt the roadie, who was at the crack of dawn to get us this pristine position up here at Nairne Oval. Dartfish crew, Flynn Rogers, and also Dallas Rogers, who does all the magic things with the tech stuff. So thank you very much, Tim.
The guru.
Thank you very much to you, Shane. Lovely to see you here.
Good to be back, boys. Good to
we'll check
to
the weather forecast for next week. And once again, Goldie, thank you very much.
Yep.
And next week, we can tell you where we're heading off to. Back to Harndorf Oval, the Magpies, to get our first look at your Radler. So we'll be able to report to you, Shane. And don't forget, during the week, a show that's going gangbusters, Hills Footy Unplugged during the week. And special guests this week, where you've got the doggies.
The dogs.
A couple of the boys coming in from the kennel.
We've got the mullet again.
And we're looking very forward to time on with Colo. So once again, that's that going skyrocket with the ratings there. So
and we have to change a question. Is that right? We have to change a question.
Yeah. Well, the boys slayed me this week. So
we might have a few. We might bring a few different ones. But
for all the good points you get, sometimes you get some criticism.
It's going very well indeed. So that's something to look forward to during the week. But as I said, in the meantime. That's enough here. We'll head off and perhaps console with the Nairne boys and celebrate. No doubt, Shane, you'll be having a few congratulatory raspberries.
Lemon squash.
As responsible as you are. We know that.
Exactly.
All right, this is Pistols on behalf of the crew, signing off from Qube Logistics Oval in Nairne, where Onka Valley have run out winners 15-11-101, have defeated Nairne Bremer 10-goal 666. So 35-point margin. Thanks for joining us on hillsfooty.com. Look forward to doing it all next week. Until then, keep on chasing your goals.